Welcome, weary travelers, to another exciting episode of Arcanarama. I'm Cameron Holt, Dungeon Master here at Arcanarama, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening.
Sick.
Thanks.
You usually plug the other thing, too.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm also an artist and YouTuber over at youtube.com/fablefire, and we just hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you in the Discord who subscribed recently when I asked you politely.
That was polite.
It was, yeah.
It was polite.
Normally we'd threaten you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I've never been a part of any online thing that has had that many followers, so that's really cool. Let's get this show there.
Yeah. What? Whoa.
I am joined, as always, by the inquisitive Arcana crew. Let's let them know that it's going to be okay, Arcana crew.
It's going to be fine. It's fine.
When are you starting with
Hey.
that?
Doing your best is different every single day. You're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
It's
It's going to be all right.
That's so nice.
Stop making lists and stop doing them. You know what I'm saying?
I like making lists.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's fun to check things out.
I hate doing.
The serotonin that I don't get from completing a task is given to me when I check it off of the list.
No, I get nothing. I just feel tired from doing something.
I just am more likely to. I don't like go back and check a list, but I remember the things on it because I took the time to write it down.
And that's why we use the ADHD tag, everybody.
Thanks for saying we're relatable.
Have you guys ever focused?
Speaking of focus, before we begin, we have some announcements to go through. I'm going to throw it over to Taylor right now to talk about our sponsors. Take it away, Taylor.
Catch it.
It's such a lovely day. Our sponsors are, as they always are, the Gilded Rogue. A great little D&D shop that you can buy some sick shirts from, bro. There's some that say Time for Crime. There's some that say Wild Shape that has a little possum on it. They're great. You'll love it if you haven't already loved it a bunch. Right now, if you order more than $75 of stuff, it's free shipping. And I didn't see an asterisk after that, so that's probably pretty open to anyone. That's pretty rad. And everything that you buy, they plant a tree for everything that you purchase. So, like, go out there and buy
a forest of merch.
From our good friends at Gilded Rogue. Click on the link in the About section.
Figured out why I can't catch it. Because it's either plant or buy.
I want it to be plant a forest of
and that's
merch.
why I'm dumb.
Plant a forest of merch?
It feels better for my brain.
Go take your shirt off and put it in the ground
Put it in the
somewhere.
Okay.
What do you think these shirts grow on trees? Our next
Sort of.
our next sponsor is More Fun Comics and Games. They're
More
good
Fun
friends
Comics
of
and
ours.
Games!
They're a comic book shop here in town, and they also have a bunch of other nerd shit. And this is one of those things. It's a lot more jangly than I thought it was going to be. But you can win this. There's a heavy one in here. You can win this one this evening. There's a chunk in there.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a follower and you're not from Quebec, you can enter to win this at the break. And Cam will tell you all about that right after I throw it back to him so he can throw it to Kitty.
Yeah, thanks, Taylor. Take it away, Kitty.
I don't know. We have a website. It's arcanaramashow.com, and you can also check out arcanaramashow.com/resources if you want to have some links to places and things that you can donate to help some things in recent current events.
Uterus havers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we need to write copy for that, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we did really well last week. Check it
Yeah.
out on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all up there still. And yeah, arcanaramashow.com/resources to get to that. Thank you, Kitty.
Yeah.
Sam, where can they find us on social media?
At Arcanarama Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. There's also links in the About section. We also have a link to our Discord where we talk about lots and lots and lots of stuff with viewers like you.
Yeah, I actually just made a new channel in the Discord minutes ago, and I posted all of the maps that have come up in the game so
nice.
far. I do have more, but we haven't been to those places yet.
We also have a TikTok at Arcanarama. Cameron is in charge of it. He posts clips of our various escapades, the moments where we go off track to make our goofs. And then we force him to edit those down into digestible clips so that we can see our own goofs over and over and over.
And you can see them too.
And you can see them too.
Watch our goofs.
Yeah.
Watch our goofs.
Sometimes it's like poignant moments too.
Or previously ons, if you don't want to wait until we roll them here.
Yeah, little session recaps. Well, yeah, thanks, Sam. We do have one more giveaway this evening that will be taking place after the more fun mini mystery giveaway, and that is the Fable Fire Dice giveaway. This week's giveaway looks like it does below me. It is a beautiful purple set with kind of a transparent purple with a more opaque kind of shimmery purple flowing through it, as well as gold flakes, I think. And it is the last of the Fantasy Forge dice. Like there were 3 sets, and it was like specific to Fantasy Forge. I have a YouTube video over on Fable Fire back when I was called Fantasy Forge that you can see me actually pour the dice that we are giving away this evening. So check that out if you want to see them get made, and stay tuned if you want to win them yourself. I think it's time for a vibe check. I'm gonna throw it over to Miranda.
Hi, what's up? How are your things? How are you feeling? How's everything going? I hope you had a good new moon. It was like Tuesday. The Cancer babies, happy birthday.
It's our nephew's birthday today.
Well, we celebrated his birthday today. Yeah. It's tomorrow.
Well,
We wear party hats.
what day is it right now?
The second?
It's the second.
Oh my god.
Also, but it is Saturday on America weekend, so if you hear some explosions in the background later on, that's why.
Yeah.
I thought about that as we were pulling up today.
Yeah.
I'll be under the table. Don't look for me.
Oh yeah. Also, happy birthday, Nanami. Jujutsu Kaisen watchers. How are your vibes?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do that in the chat by typing in !vibe check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a couple people are doing it now. If you need a guide,
Everybody's doing it.
I got an 18.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I never rolled that one to
I
start
got a
with.
16.
We're twins.
Make them kiss.
Oh my god. I'll cherish
That was
this
very,
forever.
that was a very great fairy fountain.
Yeah.
Let me just upgrade your shield real quick.
What did you get, Kitty?
Look, I'm hungover, man, and I rolled an at 1 on my vibe check.
no.
Oh no. Hey.
I got a 10.
Aw.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. Just sweating, thinking about doing things.
Carried some heavy stuff earlier.
I did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like an hour ago.
Don't do that. Put that heavy stuff down.
All right.
Never
So,
carry.
with a better understanding of what you're walking into, a plan of attack, a new ally, and an old ally revitalized, there are 4 days left until the fight with the hag, or maybe even fewer. Let's conquer the wall in tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
Previously on Arcanarama. The Mistwalkers awoke in disarray after their near defeat atop the ancient wall. Genevieve explained that a rogue Silver Stake deserter, Nettle, happened across her as she struggled with her unconscious comrades. Nettle offered aid in carrying their bodies and finding a safe hiding place for the group to recuperate. It was only after waking from a 16-hour rest that the party learned of Aurora's death in the conflict. Rabbit had the idea to summon me, Dean Valdwin of Wiltbloom, through my coin in hopes that I could use my vampiric curse to raise Aurora from her eternal slumber. But before committing, Nettle shared what she knew of the Silver Stake and Rovenghoul. I informed the party that they must be absolutely certain that this is what they wish for, as Aurora would be beholden to the sanguine curse for the rest of eternity. After a lengthy deliberation, they agreed. I asked the group to step outside of the cave as I carried out the ritual, calling upon the voices of darkness to restore her soul. Be it a blessing or a curse, Aurora has returned. After a touching reunion, the group began to make their plan of attack. Get over the wall, infiltrate the Silvered Hearth village, Infiltrate the dubious laboratory known as the Lantern. Kill the Hag. What is the Hag's endgame in all of this? Will the party's plan go off without a hitch? With a newly sired vampire in their ranks, are they even safe from themselves? Find out right now on Arcanarama.
You awaken from your rest within the alabaster cave just as the sun has set. With a plan ready to set in motion, is there anything that you would like to do before Genevieve leads you back to the wall to the south?
Do we still have our alarm up?
At this point, yes. It lasts for 8 hours, and that's how long you rested.
Okay. And
Aurora, between the potion of restoration and the long rest, you are no longer exhausted.
Congratulations.
My bones.
And the alarm didn't go off during the night.
It didn't.
Alright. I like my odds. I'm going to pull out those iron bands that I stole a while back.
Okay, is this in the night, or?
No, this is when everybody's getting up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of like put them in the middle of all of us.
Okay, this is a surprise mostly to you, Cholula, who did not know that these had been taken from you.
Oh, where'd you get those?
Did we have
Your
another
pockets.
one of those?
No, it was in your pockets.
You stole
It's
from
fine.
me.
I can explain just for a little bit.
You stole from me.
For a moment.
You know you can just ask me for things.
Yeah, it was less about you or more less about me having
That's
them
what
and more
thieving
about
is.
That's
It's less
you-
about the
yeah,
person
you
who
two
is
are-
the
Well, as much as
Especially
I'm
now, I
accused of being a thief.
right.
I've never accused you of being a thief. May I explain?
Go ahead.
All right. We're just going to shuffle them around a little bit. We openly discussed that you would be the one to throw them at the hag when we got to her, right?
When we're discussing
As
it
we're
again,
openly discussing this right now.
You have an alarm up currently.
That doesn't mean that no one can listen.
Probably means that nobody's here.
I mean, it means
Possibly.
probably nobody's physically here.
Well,
Yes, there are means of spying on others without being physically present. Scrying spell is the most common.
would you be capable of telling if anybody's doing it?
Myself personally, no. But if any of you are able to see through invisibility, you would be able to see the beacon, I'd imagine, if someone were listening in.
There's a beacon.
Not one of my skills.
Well, yes, there's a sort of like source. I've only used the spell once from a scroll. I was not able to cast it myself, but when someone is scrying on you, they are viewing you from a fixed point. And typically you can see that point as a glowing mote of light.
Would that person be capable of walking around and doing things while they do this, or are they pretty much fixed on whatever it is that they're...
Oh no, it is quite scrying is quite an involved process. There's a lot of ritual and setup required for it to go properly.
And we
Unless
have-
you're using an item like some sort of scrying eye, which is this sort of crystal ball, but you'd still need to be focused on the crystal ball.
And we'd have no way of knowing that it's happening.
Well, unless it failed, then you would know that someone was trying to pry your business.
so you were explaining what you'd done? It was just to shuffle the thought, and then to expose that thought aloud right before we.
Well, I
Plan
figured
our
we were
attack.
probably fine in here.
Ah. Well, we're probably fine then.
I mean, nobody's come to murder us in our sleep. So either they don't feel threatened, or they don't care, or they're not looking.
They've been dreamless. So that's maybe a good sign.
No weird dreams here. Weird dreams?
Not that I can remember.
Weird
My
dreams?
dreams are always weird. It doesn't matter.
We should discuss that sometime.
I dreamt that I was hunting a cooked turkey last night in the woods.
Right. Are those
Ooh.
similar to your dreams?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think
Weird
it's some
in
kind of
different ways.
premonition?
No.
What was the turkey?
What was
We
it?
can go down this for like 30 minutes.
How was
I felt that riling up with it.
And Mr. Professor, no strange dreams on your end.
Oh, no, I don't sleep, per se. So much as just sort of relax.
Alright. Seems to me, in theory, if she knew that we were here and knew exactly where we were, if her goal was to keep us from getting to where she is right now, so that we miss our end of the deal and all that, she'd probably have done something by now.
Unless she heard our plan of infiltrating the city and has some set up nice for us when we get there.
Right. What I'm saying is, at this point, it seems pointless to do anything covertly unless we're going to be really good at it, right?
Aside from infiltration, didn't we
Well,
talk about...
yes, I mean planning covertly.
Right. I'm with you.
Right.
I mean, we do still
Please
have,
sneak into places quietly.
Yeah, we still do have the rings that we could use, that we should use if we are around things that shouldn't hear us.
Yes,
We
we
do.
may need them later.
Right, of course.
But in this case, if we're about to go infiltrating things, we might need them in the process.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, now that they've been nabbed, theoretically, this hag isn't looking at us right now, so who would like the balls?
That's just one, if I could say that aloud.
It's one ball.
It is one ball, so just who would like...
The more... it's a ball of bands.
Right.
Really, I took it in the open to give the impression that you no longer had them. So, if you would like to take them back, the concept is hopefully that you don't have them anymore.
And
Well,
how
who's-
many other things from our pockets do you have on your
Right,
person?
yes, that's a good question.
And if I didn't see you, then what makes you think that she would have seen you?
Luck? Let's see, what's in my bag? I have some glue. I have the solvent for the glue.
We don't have to explain aloud now what we have on us.
I'm pulling it all out as I have some cactus juice.
I'm
if
gonna
anybody
pick up.
want,
I'm gonna
anybody?
pick up the ball.
Okay.
Are we not planning aloud? Melody?
I have this broken mirror. I have some feathers. I took them from the ground. They're the grass feathers.
Don't you have some
I have
poor
an
soul's
ear?
Yeah. That was a nice catch.
Okay, nobody wants it. And I have this holy symbol that I took off of a dead person.
Very good. Could you explain everything you're capable of on the battlefield and what we plan on doing from here all the way to where we plan on going?
You would like me to run through all of that right now?
I'm
can
going to
fly.
stand up and walk out.
My hands are magic!
Should we put the robes on now?
Are there any of you, I believe from last we spoke, this morning? Yes, this morning. We talked about putting on what we were gifted once we are over the wall, correct? It's harder to sneak around when you're wearing bright white clothing,
Right.
I bet that's why they have them.
But
perhaps. Are there any of you that are not particularly adept at making your way around quietly? I can conceal myself and one other.
I can take whoever's close to me.
No, I'm pretty good. Sometimes
Sort of
Tallulah
middle road.
disappears.
Middle of the road? But everyone else is good. Pippin's like, I don't want to toot my own horn.
And Pippin is also
But-
here. But you wouldn't know because he's so quiet.
Genevieve's like, I am also trained in stealth. Wonderful. Well, Miss Aurora, we need to keep you out of line of sight regardless. So if you wouldn't mind putting your hat on and then just stay close to me once we get over the wall, I will make both of us disappear.
If we're passing this thing around, who has the highest chance of hitting the target?
I think I can get it to monologue.
Shall we have a contest about it?
I
Let's
think we
get
don't have a
over
lot
the-
of time for
yeah,
contests
let's
right
get
now.
Right.
over the wall.
Yeah, I was just
Right.
gonna
Get the
see what
jump on
everybody's
us.
like Dex plus proficiency is for.
I mean, the best way to see that would be to have a competition. It'd take 5 minutes. We set up a bottle, we all throw something at it.
For once, I think I'm just going to hold off on
I-
trying to prove myself or something.
Genevieve places a hand on your arm and nods. Senses
I
your
just
personal
want to make
growth.
sure that whoever is doing this is the most likely to hit, because if you don't,
Right. We could encapsulate a small plant nearby.
Or
More
we
so,
could
we
wait.
waste our chance entirely.
Absolutely.
I believe if you miss your target, it simply turns back into a ball. But there's
Well, yes, but
then
it could be-
potential for your enemy to pick it up and use it against you.
Is
Yes.
the problem.
That would be something.
I have a pretty
Right, the bands don't
high
require
chance
attunement, right?
Of hitting anything I'm throwing something at.
No,
Right.
Because don't you two have a thing for throwing stuff?
catching and throwing back.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Does it
Would
have
that
to
count if somebody threw...
Does it have to be thrown?
It's an attack roll, so.
Does it have to be thrown at?
Oh, no,
you?
no, but it has to be, because. Wait.
And do you have to throw it back at who threw it at you?
Yeah,
So like
Yes.
if I tossed it to you and then you caught it and threw it at her,
that'd be sick, though.
if we just like pass it around a little bit.
I mean, I would allow that. And deflect missiles, are you reducing damage?
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't work with the iron bands.
Okay.
Because they don't hurt you, they just.
And you have
In
to
case
roll.
you-
You have to get a certain thing to throw it back, right?
You just spend a key point.
If you
Okay,
reduce
that's what it
the
is.
damage to 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all set? We're all good.
I believe so.
I feel good.
All right. Everyone follow me. Genevieve pulls her hood up and. Are you moving quietly at first?
Probably.
When should we be at our most quiet?
Probably when we approach the wall.
Right. If everyone can stay close, I'll
And then-
stay in the center.
And then honestly, from then on. But making our approach probably is the most important in case there's another watch party waiting for us at the top.
Right. Just give me the signal, and I'll send him wherever he is around.
Are you just shadowless right now?
He's probably in my pants or something. Don't.
You two should talk about boundaries.
Well,
Alright.
A couple of hands are like being projected shadows up like out of the pants onto the shirt. Just the hands going like this. All right, follow me. Everybody make a stealth check.
I am going to slip the bands back to Cholula while no one's looking.
Are you gonna let Cholula know this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You can also make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Oh, that's mad cocked. Dice cock.
Mad cock.
That was cocked as well.
Dirty 20.
Stealth for Pippin, 23.
What'd you roll? A 1?
7.
Wow.
Ooh, nat 20 for Genevieve, which gives her
She disappears.
29.
Jesus. I also got a dirty 20, but I rolled a 16, so it's not quite the same.
Nice.
26 for stealth.
And Valwyn.
Woo.
Dirty 20 for sleight of hand.
Yeah, you easily. That beats everybody's passive perception. You slip it to Cholula. And,
I'll just kind of knowingly nod at you.
Okay.
13.
Don't you have like luck points?
nice. And
No,
for
guys, I don't.
Oh, you do?
Valdwin.
You have a +5 to your
Oh, not
yeah, but
bad.
if I missed.
Dirty 20 for Valdwin.
Wow.
I have no better of a chance than you do.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
dex-based throw, right?
Yeah.
So,
What is your
so dirty 20, dirty 20, dirty 20,
And 26 for stealth.
26 for stealth.
13.
That's not bad. It's
Oh,
above
yes.
average.
Is she staying close to Valdor?
Yeah.
20, it's 29,
But y'all aren't throwing out those things until we get closer, right?
No, I'm not.
3
Yeah,
for
I'm not doing
Pippin.
that until.
Because they have like a time limit, right?
Yeah. I believe it's.
Calvin just wanted me close once we were closer to the wall and getting
Yeah.
inside so that I can disappear. So this 13 sticks.
Okay.
In it.
In it.
You all.
Ooh.
Hour. And no other concentrations. But I don't have many of those anyway.
You all very quietly
Is that a leveled spell?
follow Genevieve south, back towards the wall. There's a weird feeling of tension, but not that weird when you think about it. Last time you all tried to cross this wall, things went south very quickly. as you approach,
This time we're going south. Okay.
okay,
What is? I don't know.
as you approach, you see a much more rundown section of the wall, and as Genevieve described, there are kind of loose sections that stick out almost like platforms, the way that it's eroded and decayed in this area, making it easier to climb than the vertical 40-foot bricks that you were trying to climb last time. So, I need everyone to make an athletics check.
What if I wanted to like platformer this,
How would you do that?
like Mario?
Backflips.
Like Mario, so just like straight jumps?
No, he does like little flips.
Okay, you want to do some flips? Sure, you can do acrobatics because it is platforms.
Trying to like barely touch the platforms.
Yeah, Pippin's gonna follow suit.
Can I offer aid to whichever party member looks like they're doing really badly?
You can offer aid by giving yourself disadvantage. You can give someone else advantage.
Okay.
Rolling acrobatics, Pippin got 19.
I also got 19.
Nice.
25.
25. Genevieve.
Just strong jumping.
Genevieve.
Straight up one leg jumping.
Yeah,
I
probably
really like
all
the
of
idea
you.
That, like, you know the Bruce Lee punch that's just from like here to here
the
and a
one-inch
guy
punch.
knocks down? You're doing that with jumps.
The 1-inch jump.
Yeah.
Genevieve rolled really well. 24. No, 22 for Genevieve. And Valdwin.
I've never felt more like I was married to a character I'm playing alongside with, like in a game, and two, just like they got it. Like I've never had to like, my wife might not make this jump. Like no.
No, she's stronger than us, I think.
Yeah.
She did almost kill you.
Yeah.
Only a 12 for Valdwin.
I'm gonna go ahead and give that advantage
6.
to Aurora.
Here, I got a 6.
Okay.
Roll again.
You have advantage. What is yours with disadvantage, Rabbit?
19.
19? Brad.
I rolled a 13.
Or you could make this acrobatics too if you'd like. Because it's not just straight scaling a wall.
Oh,
Acrobatics.
6. Cool. 15?
15. All right. Valdwin is struggling a bit. But as a group, you're doing pretty well. Could I have...
It's like a flyover of the wall.
Yeah,
What's
right?
Beyond.
Could I have someone roll a D100?
You don't get to do it very often. You do it.
Yeah.
That's true.
You do it.
That is true.
Not doing a good roll time today.
That could be on our side with a percentile roll.
It's gonna be 99.
86.
86. You all make it to the top of the wall, following Genevieve's lead. She looks both directions, kind of waves all of you up, standing at the top and is helping pull you up. Probably all helping each other as you reach the top. Staying very quiet. There don't seem to be any patrols on this portion of the wall currently. However, looking down the other side, it is not as eroded and fallen away on the other side of the wall, so it might be a little bit more challenging getting down.
How high is the wall?
40 feet.
What's the like ledge of the wall like?
Like
Is there
what-
like a railing type of situation?
Yeah, it's like what we
or-
saw.
Let's
the
take a
other
look.
week.
It's the same wall.
Oh, okay.
Same wall.
There's even some,
This is the side that you are looking down.
there's even some blue from our failures.
Yeah.
So it's about 5 feet across, and then there's like a little 5-foot ledge with some pillars along it, and then it's just kind of brick straight down on the other side.
All right.
So those two like harpoon style spear things that I got. Could I like use one as a grappling hook and then tie my other rope that I have to the end of it and like with the like I did in Waterdeep with like the knots every so many feet to just like shimmy down?
Yeah, if you want to take the time to tie knots down a rope, it'd probably take you like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's a lot of knots.
We have 2 of those harpoons,
I've got one with a rope too.
and I've got more. We have plenty of rope. The rest of us can keep watch while 2 people go ahead and make those so we can get down, guaranteed.
Okay.
All right, so who's keeping watch and who's making...
I'll
Knots.
tie knots.
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Oh,
knots.
I'll keep watch.
We can all tie knots.
Okay, so can I have a couple of you make perception checks, and whoever are tying the knots, we'll say that one person's giving you the help action, so one of you can roll a sleight of hand with advantage.
Oh,
Guys,
hell yeah.
Kitty and Taylor are tying the knot because they're married.
I have very
Well, that
good
reminds
sleight
me.
of hand.
Keep taking this off.
Stop.
I don't want to ruin it.
Wait, what are you rolling for?
Sleight of hand.
Is yours very good? Mine is very good.
Mine's fine, but I did a bunch of ship stuff.
I have expertise.
I'm giving you the help action. What was that? Just roll.
Gives her advantage.
Yeah.
What do we get on perception?
10.
18.
All right, keeping an eye out. Could I have Miranda roll another D100, please?
No.
Sleight of hand?
32.
32. It goes a lot. The first 2 you get through, and you realize like, oh, this won't take as long as I thought. And you get into the swing of it, and you're done in maybe 5 minutes.
Nice.
Half the time that you expected.
39.
39.
It's feeding you slack.
Rabbit peering down, you see a group of maybe about 7 people slowly making their way down the wall about maybe 300 feet away. They don't seem to have spotted you yet. Cholula's just finished up tying the last knot.
Hey guys, we're running on a time limit now.
Done.
Done?
Alright, the problem is,
What do we do with the rope when it's done?
we'll have to try
I can
to
just
get
I
it.
can toss him back down and then jump after.
Yeah.
Okay, deal. So, wedged, start climbing.
All right. Valdwin becomes a bat.
Nice.
Flies
He
down.
was just waiting with us to be nice.
I don't think I
We've
can
all been
become
there.
a bat yet.
You,
That's all right.
you
Just
can.
take the
You
save
do have
route.
a missed situation, but it only takes you 30 feet, so you'd fall 10
Yeah. Okay.
Bat.
feet. He says it every time.
Yeah. So, bat.
Cholula, could I have you make one more sleight of hand check to try and fasten this spear in place, or harpoon in place?
Could I help with that?
I was going to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
absolutely.
Slow fall too.
We're all holding hands.
Yeah, most of you are just standing around, so
There's
you
2
can
of
give
them.
the help action for sure.
This is just one of those speed fireman things.
25.
25. You feel pretty good about how solid the hold is. You kind of wrapped it around one of the pillars, hooked the harpoon onto the rope. It's not like sharpened, so it's not going to cut through. It's just functioning like a hook, held in place very tightly. Who's going down first?
I'll go. Fuck.
All right, make an athletics check. With advantage because you tied the knots.
Okay. Oh, and I have my little gloves.
The gloves of climbing and swimming.
24.
24. Cholula, you easily begin making your way down the rope. When you get about halfway, it's safe for the next person to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Genevieve onto the rope.
All right, Genevieve goes next.
I'll put Aurora up on the next one.
I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna prepare myself to try to catch anyone that falls, just in case.
Okay. Genevieve rolls just a straight 15, which is good enough. She begins making her way down. Cholula, you reach the bottom and are kind of like prepping for anyone to fall. Also probably staying close to the wall. Because worth noting, the approaching party of 7 are looking over the side that you are now on,
Oh, weird.
looking inward. Genevieve begins making her way down. Aurora is next.
Yeah, 13.
13 athletics. 13 is enough. You begin slowly making your way down. That's right at the DC, by the way. Cutting it
Yikes.
close.
Double yikes.
Who's next?
Yay.
Pippin will go next.
It's,
You rolled that with advantage, right?
no.
You have advantage because the knots were tied, making it a little easier. 13?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, not bad, Pippin. I forgot that Pippin also leveled up to level 10, and he used his ability score improvement to go not negative in strength.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that for Pippin is just a 15. But it's enough. And Pippin begins making his way down. Aurora, you reach the bottom, as Genevieve already had done. Pippin gets about halfway down.
I'm just gonna shoot a nod at you and just jump.
Okay, I will pull the harpoons out and toss them down, and then I'm gonna jump.
Okay.
I have my shadow catch me like a baby.
You just leap down?
Yeah.
Rad. And yeah, slow fall, no damage. Rabbit, could I have you, as you're just unhooking the rope, you look up and you see that they're starting to get pretty close. Make one more stealth check for me.
And they're looking over the wall.
Yes.
How? That's a natural 20.
Yes.
That's the sound of my hands clapping.
Can I?
It was under the table.
How far away are they currently?
Currently, they are maybe 150 feet away.
Can I, while like trying to like push myself up against like one of these little pillars?
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
say on
stay
a
out
natural
of
20,
sight?
they're coming from this direction. You have like stepped in and are like had just untied the rope and have it in your hands and are fully back against. You quickly just like throw the harpoon down. Everybody is looking up and can avoid it.
At 120 feet, in the shape of a humanoid, I'm gonna cast dancing lights towards the other side of the wall, so it looks like some sort of shimmery person is walking towards them.
Okay. You do so. They look up and notice this, and one of them yells out. They're a ways down, so you can't quite make out what they're saying, but they, mauls drawn, begin approaching the dancing lights.
And I very quietly jump.
Yeah. With a natural 20, it is nearly silent, and just
Can I just take the ropes with me?
yeah, and just purely, well, you already threw it down.
Yeah.
And I would say at this point, Genevieve has probably like handed the spear back to Cholula and is tying, like coiling the rope. There's plenty of tree cover in this area, but it is patchy. And just for flavor, Rabbit, you leap, and as you're falling, all of you can just see this faint outline of these shimmering kind of radiant wings that just gently guide Rabbit to the ground and then disappear.
Pretty.
That was really close at the end there.
We should get moving.
Do I see Baldwin anywhere?
I'm sorry?
Do I see Baldwin anywhere?
Valdwin? Yeah, Valdwin is still in bat form. He comes down and kind of like perches on your shoulder, Aurora.
Cloaks now or later?
I look at Genevieve.
Maybe we should get out of line of sight of the wall first.
Into the woods.
Keep an eye on the shade of the trees.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on the hat of disguise and I don't know, make myself look like a not me.
What do you make yourself look like?
I would just like to look like some guy, like just a little dude.
Okay.
Just a little guy.
Peja Stojakovic from the 2002 Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
guy.
I have no frame of reference for that, but sure, you make
I
yourself
know.
look like a human man. A short king, human man. Through the hat of
Only
disguise.
like 5'4".
And you all begin quietly making your way once again, now into unknown territory. You know that you are heading towards a village of some kind, and that it's about 2 miles from here. We'll say you travel probably 30 minutes on foot, probably getting about halfway there, and you can go ahead and suit up. It's easy to put the Silver State garb over your armor because that's what it's designed for anyway. So you don't have to change your armor classes or anything for this.
Nice.
All right.
Armor
How's it with
classes.
mobility?
You guys have armor.
It doesn't really affect anything.
Do they have hoods?
They don't. No.
Hate that for us.
I'm gonna like try to tuck my shadow. It's like a cape under a cape.
Yeah, you walk. Mostly, you don't have a shadow when you do that.
Can I ask what
play it off.
the general sort of hairstyles are?
Honestly, you should probably try to keep it back and out of your face. Nothing like too crazy or anything. Nothing too flamboyant.
Conservative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like pull it back tight and like into like a little bun and just clean.
For sure. Yeah, as all of you kind of get your disguises situated, the trees give way to kind of an odd sight, a small forest of kelp that flows up towards the sky and moves as if it were underwater. You travel through this for about a half mile before you come to a field of turquoise grass. And there are just these pink bubbles that kind of rise up from the ground and towards the sky. You can see in the distance through this kind of strange field of pink bubbles a couple of simple buildings, mostly made of wood, some made of stone, but you get the sense that based on how massive the trunk of Chandragora is, now dominating the entire horizon, unless you kind of like crane all the way the other direction, that is probably the Silvered Hearth. As you all make your way across the field of turquoise grass, I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Pippin.
Can I see this?
Yes, you have advantage. 19 for Pippin.
It's a different dice too.
22.
23 for Genevieve. Valdwin. I'm going to give Valdwin advantage on this because he is still a bat.
19.
Also, I should say you see kind of like the light from torches lighting the area as it is night. For Valdwin, that is 23. Did anybody roll less than a 14? What'd you roll?
12.
12. As you're all walking and keeping quiet as possible, Aurora, you look down and, like, being blown from the earth itself, this pink bubble just kind of like right around your feet fills a larger one. There are varying sizes, but this one is pretty big, and you become encapsulated in it, and it lifts you up, about 30 feet off the ground before it pops, and you fall to the ground.
On a natural 20, is there anything I can do to help?
Wait, can one...
On a natural 20, I would say, Rabbit, you could throw yourself under Aurora and take half of this damage instead of her taking
Could
it.
one misty step from the sky?
Absolutely.
So misty.
Can I just quickly misty step to the ground?
I will ask you, do you want to spend a spell slot on this?
It's not a spell slot, maybe?
Oh, are you
It's like
using
a-
your vampiric
No,
mist feature?
it's a trait I got from being Fey touched.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely.
I can only use it once a day, so,
Well, same thing. Do you want to make this your once per day?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rabbit, you prepare yourself to take half the blow, and then Aurora just appears next to you. Or rather, nondescript human man appears next to you.
Nondescript human man, good work.
Hi.
How close are these torches?
At this point,
Are they just like on the buildings lighting the thing, or are people carrying torches around?
they seem to be in kind of like walkways. None of the flickering flames are moving
Okay.
that you can see.
Okay.
I'm a lot more chill. You don't have to answer that.
Okay. You guys continue on through the branches of a myriad of trees. There's pine trees brushed up against sequoias and ash trees, willows and sycamores. You make your way through when you begin to spot the structures. Wooden shingles, mostly wood, some stone. As you approach, you can see that there are a few people out and about, moving around.
But how do they look and what do they look like?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Is that...
You can't use that D4.
Okay. Very good.
Worse.
11.
11. It's hard to see, even with your dark vision out to 60 feet. You're about 100 feet out, so you're just kind of using what torchlight you have that you can see motion. But for the most part, you see a lot of humans, predominantly human, I would say. And they're all dressed the way that you are. Most of them don't appear to be carrying weapons. And they're just kind of going about business. Some of them are carrying like bundles of wood from place to place, or taking it somewhere. You're not entirely sure. It's hard to follow like a single person through their life in a crowd. Some of them have shovels over their shoulders. Their garments are a little bit dirtier, and they're just kind of like conversing with each other in the distance.
Do I see any security detail in the dark?
You can also make a perception check.
21.
21. Looking around, no, you don't see anyone. You hardly see anyone who's armed. There are a few people carrying mauls here and there, but for the most part, it appears to just be civilians. Are you guys going? Are you approaching? It's not like outside of the 40-foot wall that you climbed. There's no like gates or enclosures, except for those that house some various animals, like farm animals, chickens, and there's a single cow, one cow that you see. Are you guys approaching, or are you sticking to the shadows?
Should we see who kind of comes in and out, passes by for a moment?
Do I remember anything about how welcoming people are for like people they don't recognize within the Silver Stake?
Make a history check.
I'm only stupid. 7.
7.
You have your jail. You go to prison.
I always have my jail.
I want him in prison.
7, you said?
Yeah. I rolled a 2. He's in prison, so it's okay.
You didn't meet a lot of outsiders in your community. It was pretty tight-knit and closed off. But from what you've heard about the influx of newcomers to this particular community, they're probably more used to seeing strangers' faces. Something that does come back to you on that history check, however, are the greetings and farewells that are customary within the Silver Stake. A typical greeting is warmth find you, either brother, sister, or sibling, depending on how the person identifies themselves. And the farewells are may the light guide you. So, what is the plan moving forward?
I'm going to use the ring and say scout first.
I am going to go ahead and relay the customary introductions
Right.
to the pals.
You do so?
So they know.
What was the greeting again?
Warmth find
Warmth.
you, may the light find you,
Yeah.
and any moniker that they identify as.
May the light guide you.
Guide you. May the light guide you.
Pippin responds over the ring. Are we planning to scout as a group of, what, 8? Or should we just send maybe 1 or 2 of us?
We can't see the building we're looking for in particular from where we are, right?
You don't see any buildings that are marked as you were instructed, no.
Okay. Maybe we should just walk down the street as a group, not trying to make contact,
Just
find
see
where we're
what
looking, and
happens.
then into the shadows.
We could always just stick together until we sort of get to the lantern. Maybe
Nice.
the 2 sneakiest go inside.
We'll be less suspicious if we're not caught trying to sneak through the street.
Do I see anything around that I could carry that wouldn't be odd? Noticing other people carrying things.
Yeah, there are shovels and pitchforks leaning up against different buildings.
I'm gonna grab a couple of those and just distribute them.
All right. Could I have everyone roll a perception check as you're handing out items and getting close enough now to snatch some items?
As an natural. On a different dice.
Ooh,
17.
16.
You said the word deception?
perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Rabbit. You notice as Silas makes his way and grabs a couple of shovels, quietly, unnoticed, brings them back and kind of hands. You can choose whether you have a shovel or a pitchfork. It's up to you guys. Passes them out to you. You notice there's a portion of the dirt that seems freshly disturbed, kind of right on the perimeter of the village, like a
a strip of dirt going around it, or like a grave.
on a nat 20, like a strip of dirt. It is equidistant. It's about 5 feet in length, but it continues and kind of curves and surrounds, you presume, the village.
And we haven't stepped into that yet, right?
Silas did to grab these things and brought them back to you. There were no adverse effects on him as he came back.
He walked right back over it, no problem.
Yeah, most people would probably miss it, especially in the night, but you just happen to kind of like look down and realize that the dirt that you're standing on seems kind of like recently disturbed and that it carries on.
Can I take a shovel and just kind of, I don't want to dig, I just want to like move some dirt. I want to see if there's anything under there.
How deep would you like to go? You move a couple of inches of dirt away and nothing.
You know how like when you got like shovels and you can kind of like feel what's in.
Yeah, like stick it into the ground.
Yeah. Can I, upon seeing this, just give like a
Yeah, I'm
little,
trying to like hand signal without like speaking out loud.
like
Like,
a little stabby stab with a pitchfork, you know, just to.
Yeah.
Get the bat's attention on this ground now.
Yeah, a bat looks at you.
You make bad noises.
Does the bat wear a ring?
oh, would he be able to hear us?
Yeah.
He can hear you, but it kind of like, as do his clothing, it melds into him when he is.
But he
shifting.
can't talk back as a bat, right? Even through his thoughts.
I would wonder, can he understand as a
Because he
bat?
has a ring. You keep your wisdom and intelligence and charisma, I believe.
Even his myth?
It'd be really detrimental if you were just like, I become a bat and I forget everything.
I'm the mist.
Forget
Bye, guys.
Where'd she go?
I'm off
Collect
to do
her.
cool vampire shit.
Does it seem magical?
Make an Arcana check. Yeah, no, it can't speak when he's in bat form.
7.
Okay. No talkie while bad.
But
Good
inner
to know.
monologue.
Too bad.
When I learned certain people don't have those.
Yeah.
Are you fucking shitting me fucking me right now?
I have
Are you-
too much of it, I think.
Some people don't have any. Some people just go.
I can't
You're
hear
talking
anything.
to someone with aphantasia. Sam can't hear her thoughts or
There's
see her thoughts.
nothing in here. It's empty.
We've talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Gotta zoom. Gotta run.
No.
No, she's the bus. We have like tourists in our bus. There's just an empty bus.
You stick the pitchfork into the ground, make an attack roll.
Okay.
Silas, what was it that you were trying?
New dice.
Oh, I was just trying to get the,
The identify guy.
yeah, I was just trying to get the professor of dark arts.
Arcana check.
7.
7. Hard to tell. Seems like a line in the dirt.
What'd you get? -2?
Is it possible to hit yourself with a pitchfork?
Did you roll a natural 1?
No, maybe.
That depends on what you say.
I won't be that mean. I won't
I guess
make you stab
with-
someone in the foot.
with my bonuses, it's a set like an 8.
Yeah, you stick the pitchfork into the ground up to where the forks conjoin. Feels like dirt.
Fork crotches.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Can I, in the ring, say, with no immediate effects, assume our presence has been noticed. We should move.
Gross.
I know how to wiggle out my
I
little
give up.
pitchfork.
Yeah.
I give up on the dirt.
You go to pull the pitchfork, it is
Is it gone?
fully stuck.
It's gone.
Can I try?
I'll
You can
hand
make an
my
athletics
pitchfork.
check.
18.
18? 18 is enough.
I hand it.
It's really in there, but you managed to pull it out of the dirt. Hand it back.
So I'm gonna keep Cholula's pitchfork, and I'm gonna hand Cholula my pitchfork.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys want to mark that on your inventories?
Yeah. I actually haven't added one yet.
I don't actually know if those are in D&D Beyond. Shovels and pitchforks.
They're in Zelda.
That's okay because I have a written.
Like,
For the purpose of this, you could just add a club, like a simple club. Functions the same way. That's empty.
Do you want mine?
Oh, I'm good for now. Thank you. So, now that you've got your shovels and pitch, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna look at Genevieve and is like, is now a time? with the look of is now a time.
I mean, I guess so. If we're trying to be unnoticed, for sure. However, I think if someone by chance does notice us, or we reach an area that's harder to sneak through, having shadow clinging to us could look bad.
I think we should just move. We should
Just
get on the
act
street and
normal.
we have a place to be.
Try
we
to
don't
blend
need
in.
Stop and talk. Just go until we find this building and then. But I don't think
Yeah.
we should stay right here where we are right now.
On top of that, on our way through, at least for right now, we're not necessarily a bunch of friends traveling through together. We just happen to all be walking the same
A
direction.
loose group.
Right. Watch what others are doing in the town. Act as they act.
If
We'll
somebody
find
gets
you.
caught,
We
try
don't
not to
know
act
them.
unless you have to.
I feel like it's worth saying at this point. We're kind of passing the point of no return now. If one of us gets caught, the rest of us need to do whatever we can to finish the job, correct? We can save each other once the hag is dead.
Yes.
Keep your wits about you.
All right. Everybody make a stealth check to blend in.
Listen, one of you.
I will say,
Fuck me.
if it would help you, you can use your charisma modifier in place of your dexterity for this particular stealth roll. If it would help you.
Ooh, I'd like to use a luck point. I'd like to use a luck point.
What? You're throwing away that there good 8 when I'm.
Pippin rolled a 29. Pippin rolled a 16, which is incredibly low for him.
Yeah. We roll a 2.
A 3.
Jeez.
a natural 20 for Genevieve,
Fuck yeah, Genevieve.
and Valdwin's a bat, so I'm not going to roll for him because he's a bat.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
26.
26,
29.
29,
12.
12.
Hey, dirty 20. You just have to threaten your dice first.
I knew that when I was rolling back-to-back nat 20s on bullshit that I was gonna have a bad time later.
Once it really counts.
All right.
That's how I like to roll. It's just like, I'm looking around. Oh, there's some dirt, nat 20. I need to not be noticed.
This dirt
Well,
is perfect.
You all begin to nonchalantly make your way through the pathways and dirt roads of the Silvered Hearth. Sorry, I needed to get that out, or it was going to keep gurgling forever. You make it in, walking through the streets, getting a better look at the people that are here now. If anyone is interested, you can roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like me. That's a Fable Fire.
Fuck yeah,
oh,
dude!
yeah, dude.
That's a natural 20 for those of you at home that don't own a set of Fable Fire dice.
Compare. You just get 2 20.
Pair of F's on your 20.
Pair of Fs.
16.
16, 19. Yeah, you all see the people here look content. Hardly anyone is frowning. There's the occasional, resting, angry face, as is usual in a lot of people,
A bunch
honestly.
of youth ministers in here.
Kind of. A lot of very, very content people.
Skinny
Different-
jeans, nice shoes.
Different hairstyles, and people who look like they're from all over different places, but predominantly human people. Silas, on a natural 20, you can see a little bit of excitement in the eyes of some of these people. It's like the same thing. It's the same look that you would see on people the night before a festival in Waterdeep, or the Flame Rule is coming up, actually. The celebration in Midsummer. But you get the sense that these people may not celebrate that like others do. But there's this kind of
Is what they're doing building up for something?
Potentially.
As they're going about their business?
Potentially, you see a lot of people carrying shovels. Like a strange, you really hit the nail on the head when you grabbed shovels to blend in, because most people are carrying shovels and have some dirt, usually mostly around their ankles and up to their knees. But yeah, there's this kind of harbored excitement to a lot of the people that you're passing by. Just as you're thinking about this, a human man approaches the group of you, particularly Rabbit. Won't find you, brother. I arrived with the last batch of kindled. You look like you know your way around. I'm afraid that I've not yet gained my bearings. I'd like to grab a bite to eat at the meal hall before my shift outside of the lantern. Do you know the way?
I do. Won't find you, brother. You're just gonna go back this way all the way towards the end of town, and then you're gonna make a left, and then you're gonna go all the way that way, and then you'll take once you're all the way down, as left as you can go, you'll take another left, and then you're there.
Right. Make a deception check.
I mean, when would she make a deception? Like a couple blocks from now?
Yeah, you got him.
Is there something happening to me? So, I think we fucked ourselves. I don't know what happened to us today.
Keep
but
in
you
mind-
started good.
You can use luck points back to back if you have to.
I don't know, man.
Things are going. They're on a downward slope right now. I think I
rolling
might
it.
need one. Do I have to take the one from my luck point?
Do I see any of
Or-
this happening?
Yes, when you use luck, you take the next roll.
7.
7 altogether, all told?
Do I see any of this happening?
Yeah, you all see this happening. You're walking in a, not like a close group, but near each other. I'd say you're all within 30 feet. If anybody would like to do anything to try and give Rabbit
Could I
an
like
advantage.
walk by this guy and accidentally bump him? Like, no, sorry, brother.
Yes, I'll say that's enough to give the help action and kind of distract him as he's being told. Rabbit, you can make one more roll, and you can choose between these two because it's rather.
Oh my god! Come on!
All
Does
right.
anyone else just want to bump into this guy?
Somebody punch him! Punch him!
Worth noting, this man is a commoner.
Can I do a thing?
Now's the time.
Okay, I would like to step in and kind of grab Rabbit by the shoulders and say, they're trying real hard to seem like they know what they're doing, but we are new here as well and have no idea. I'm sorry, we can't help you. And I want to
You're
use
kindled as well.
panache is a new thing that I got. Can
It
you
smells
just
so cool.
scroll like I want you to, please?
It's
Make a persuasion check
Panage.
contested against the creature's insight check. On a success, a hostile creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets, can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than you for 1 minute, or until one of your allies engages it or it gets more than 60 feet from you. If it isn't hostile, it is charmed by you for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So you make a roll and he makes insight against that?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make your roll, and then I will make mine in front of the screen. I'll use one that's clear. Clear numbers to see.
You got this.
23.
23. This man is a commoner. He gets no pluses to this roll. So he would have to roll a natural 20 to beat you. Let's see if he can do it.
You can't. Fuck that guy. Fuck that
Hang on.
guy.
Very, very
I
close.
saw the F's facing me.
Cholula, as you say this, is this a rogue feature or is this a sorcerer feature?
This is a rogue feature.
Nice.
The swashbuckler.
So yeah, not magical in nature, but as you say this, a good lie, I might add. He kind of like stutters for a moment. Oh, that's all right. My brother was a similar way. He was chosen yesterday.
Wow.
Yes. I'm eager to join him and take my place in her light. I'm sorry for bothering you, but welcome, new kindled, as I am as well. I
Yes,
look
I
forward.
hope you find what you're looking for.
Yes, may her light guide you.
May the light guide you. And I will steer Rabbit while still holding the shoulders.
Yeah,
walking.
as soon
Continue
as
walking.
we're like walking away, like grab your like forearm, like
You have no idea how many times I rolled. The jail's not big enough.
Continuing on.
oh yeah.
This is why when DMs say things like, "Oh man, the luck feat is just like infinite advantage," like that doesn't matter sometimes. Hell yeah. Okay, so as you all continue down the street, sweating a bit more from that interaction, could I have you guys make a perception check once more?
Okay.
15,
13.
16.
16.
7 plus 9. 16.
16, 13,
19.
19,
12.
It's coming back.
19. Silas.
Rabbit's suddenly hyper aware of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my elf ears are like.
Your heart is beating very fast.
Listen with your elf voice.
Silas, you overhear a conversation between two tired-looking Silver Stake members, a man and a woman, kind of like brushing the dirt off of themselves, sticking their shovels down in the ground. Seal of protection was completed in the western sector, my brother. May her light shine upon us this night. And the other one also sticks his shovel in the ground and brushes it off and kind of looks and like claps a hand on her shoulder. And he's like, "And you as well, my sister, to a glorious ignition." And they kind of like nod and walk on past you. Or rather, you walk on past them. At the same time, Rabbit, on a 19, funnily enough, you notice another line of disturbed dirt kind of like cutting through this portion of the street.
If I combine what I saw the first time, so the first one seems like a perimeter around town.
Yes.
Like a big circle or square.
Something like that.
Something.
Some kind
And
of
then
shape.
this looks like it's just like cutting through the center?
Not like cutting right through the middle. It kind of like arcs around and like between a couple of cabins and then through this kind of like wider, more main road and then kind of disappears in an alleyway.
It's making some sort of like.
Transmutations.
Something.
That's what's in my skull. Can I? No, I shouldn't, and I can't. I'm just gonna through the ring. I'm going to point out the perimeter around town of dirt, and then whatever these guys were just doing seems to be making a pattern through town.
Okay. As Rabbit finishes this, I would say that probably uses up the 150 word limit of the rings for the day.
I really wish any of us knew prestidigitation.
Just like fuck up their little dirt lines. We could just kick everybody in their shovels.
I'm gonna say to the group aloud. Well, brothers and sisters, it seems like they finished the western sector of the protection.
Oh, wonderful.
Also on a 19, Rabbit. I had to pile a bunch of stuff on you all at once. You notice at the end of this kind of main road that does slightly curve, just up against the glowing silver bark of Chandragora, you notice a slightly larger structure of white marble. And on the front of it, you see a depiction of a small hooded lantern.
Are we mostly alone right now?
No, you're in streets. People are hustling and bustling.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and like subtly elbow everybody and nod towards it.
What is the structure of this building? Like, how many stories?
It looks
Are
to
there
be-
like windows?
It looks to be one story. There are no windows, oddly enough. There are some pillars in the front. It looks very nicely carved. There are some steps that lead up, and the entire structure, the steps, the pillars, the building itself, all appears to be created from this white marble. Very similar to the marble patches that you saw on the beach where you landed.
Seems like the preparations for the ignition is well underway. Brothers and sisters.
Does ignition mean anything to us?
You heard that guy say it.
But like we haven't heard any like lore surrounding.
No, I don't
Okay.
think that those words have ever come up.
As we're walking, can I kind of go from like holding my shovel like over my shoulder to just kind of dragging it so that as we walk past this dirt, it maybe just like fucks up this line in case it is something?
Make an intelligence check real quick.
Okay. $16.
16. So the lines of dirt are very long. However, they're also 5 feet wide. You don't know
yeah,
that
it
just
wouldn't-
dragging a shovel through that is really gonna
I'd
interrupt
have
it
to
much.
like.
You'd have to like
shovel it.
start digging in the middle of town, which you can do if you'd like.
No,
That could
no.
be an interesting choice.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Okay.
Are there any buildings on either side of the lantern?
No.
Like alleyways?
Interestingly enough, as you kind of approach and get closer, and you can like meander and kind of take your time, stopping and having bullshit conversations, as a lot of people are doing. You see that all of the other structures are a good 30 or 40 feet away from what you presume to be the lantern. And it's backed up against Chandragore and is actually touching.
Are there like guards outside of it or anything?
Is
Getting-
anyone moving in and out?
Getting closer. No one seems to be moving in and out, but there are 2 guards posted out front, each in the familiar white garb over plate mail with mauls at their side and holy symbols.
We've passed by like a lot of what we can assume to be average people around here so far.
Yeah, women, children,
Do
elderly.
they all have holy symbols, or does it seem specific to people of some sort of note or rank?
Every person that you have seen has one.
Fuck cans.
What's across the street?
Across the street from the lantern. So this kind of main pathway that you follow, this dirt road, leads all the way to it. So there's not really anything directly across from the door except for the road that you're standing on. It kind of like leads to this. And then all the other buildings kind of start. There's like a couple of cabins. They don't look to be like merchants or anything like that. Seems to be a pretty self-sufficient place. Most of the buildings here are residences.
Okay.
But there are some that have, like animal pens outside where some pretty sickly looking like chickens and cows, missing a lot of feathers, and you can kind of see the ribs of the cows.
So if the lantern is here, up against the tree, and we walk to it on the road this way, yeah. Is there continuing road? Is this like where the village stops?
Yeah, the
It's like
the
between
tree
roots or
the tree is like a wall that is like miles across.
Yeah, but it doesn't like the road doesn't go all the way around the tree. It's just this one little section, and the lantern is the end of it.
Correct.
Okay.
Make one more perception check, Cholula, specifically, since you're asking about this. I'd say with advantage, actually, for the specific scenario.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Not 20. You notice that about 20 feet away from the entrance to the lantern appears to be the continuation of that 5-foot line of dirt that you crossed when you entered the town. Kind of, you now know to be encircling it. Or creating some sort of shape around it.
Okay.
But the lantern itself is outside of that.
Just 2 guards posted. Just classic, just like the guys from the wall.
Yeah, standing not at attention, but just they actually seem to be kind of like conversing with each other, and there's the occasional like chuckle. Seems like they're not like expecting infiltration or anything like that. They're just kind of taking their watch.
What's the nearest alleyway that we can like duck into?
There's a couple nearby.
I would like to duck into an alleyway
Okay.
if I can, and
Pippin follows.
be hidden from anyone.
Yeah, stealth check.
Awesome.
Anybody who wants to hide in an alley.
Let's all hide in an alley.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, I'm pooped from digging all day. And I'm like, kind of slide into the alley.
I need to find an outhouse.
I also have an excuse.
Natural 20 from Pippin. Fuck yeah, dude. That's a motherfucking 33.
I got a dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
26.
Nice.
11.
I think, like, statistically, me rolling this low means that I'm going to be fine later.
On you rolling low, the bat flutters into the alleyway as you're kind of noticing everyone going in and try to stealthily make your way in, where then it rematerializes into Valdwin, who is wearing a disguise. There were enough for all of you. But he reaches out and places a hand on you, and he says, "Hold on to my cloak." And the two of you become invisible.
Hell yeah, dude.
God, fuck. Jesus Christ. I was 3.
So what's our next move?
I was gonna try to create a bit of a distraction for the gods.
Do you think we could just convince them that there's a shift change?
Or maybe we're chosen and we have business inside.
They might have records of that sort of thing, though.
Right.
I was just
But with
thinking
the guards?
that maybe if there was something going on that they needed to go deal with, we could make it into the door.
Did you say everyone else had necklaces?
Yeah.
Except us?
Holy symbols?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has one, right?
Rabbit has one.
I have one. Alright, who here? I'd say Cholula. Maybe Genevieve have the best chance of sneaking in unnoticed.
Pippin's
And
also
Pips.
Pippin is also here.
Pips also here. I'm giving statistics here. Alright, Pips and Cholula.
I don't think that we should split up. I think if we're going in, we should all go in.
Yes, so I was thinking that I could create a distraction if both of the guards take it and go towards it.
Is the distraction enough to cause an alarm, though? There's an escalation
No,
of force.
I don't think so.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking that I would try to see what comes out of this little bag and instruct whatever animal it is to start messing up the lines in the dirt.
That wouldn't link to us at all.
Mm-mm.
Or, I mean, if it'll do whatever you say, maybe we could have it snatch one of their mauls off of their side, or depending on what it is, take
Yeah.
something from them and run off.
The owl was not very helpful, but
And then, I mean, I could help out maybe if we can get one of them chasing after some sort of animal off into the wilds or whatever, then I can distract the other one. You can all slip past behind his back.
That's something?
How are you
But then
gonna
how are
get
you
back?
gonna get in?
Quietly. Afterwards.
it still feels like splitting up.
Can your shadow
I could pull
bother
out.
others?
I could pull out too.
I've asked him a lot of
Can you have
things, but I think I can get him to grab something.
If you could get him to...
And I don't know what he wants, you can't really bargain with him. Like, oh, I'll get you
No,
some
I
food.
understand. If you could get him to, like, throw something or create more ruckus off to the side without necessarily being seen yourself, that would give us 2 guards distracted.
I can do that.
It doesn't say anything about not being able to use more than one at a time, but it does say that after 3 uses, the bag can't be used anymore, so I could pull the last 2 out and just see what happens.
I could be the backup plan.
I
That
think
goes
that's a good idea.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
back up. I'll make something happen.
So once the guards are distracted,
Walk.
quietly as possible, are we trying, I guess we just nonchalantly.
Yeah.
We walk
We've
in
got-
like we're supposed to be there.
If we get caught, we've got business.
Yeah. Body language is everything when people are watching.
And if somebody seems to think that they need to talk to us as soon as we get in there, I vote Kitten as our spokesperson.
So should we linger about the steps so we're close, and then the distraction? Or what's the plan?
Pippin kind of like peers around the corner.
Would be good to be a bit closer than we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody seen Lamb?
Me?
Yeah, that voice. Yeah.
Oh, forgive me. I've turned myself and Miss Aurora invisible
Wonderful.
I feel her.
for the next hour.
So I do need to bring these out where I can't be seen. I thought that it wouldn't be noticeable, but when I was on the wall and did it, they all immediately saw me.
Alright, so maybe
I
do
can
that
I
here.
can have them wait here for 5 minutes and then do what I instruct them to do.
Glorious.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna pull 2 little fuzzy balls out.
Hello, guys.
I'm gonna plop them down,
All right.
and I roll
2
d8s. Can you roll the same one if you've rolled it before? I guess so.
I don't think it says that you can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll your 2d8 for your rust-colored bag of tricks.
A 1 and a 4.
1 and a 4.
What was the owl number?
I don't remember.
Owl was 2. The first one lands and kind of like pulsates for a moment before forming a little mouse.
Oh,
Rather, a rat. So it's a little bigger than a mouse.
okay. Bigger than the chickens, probably.
Yeah. The second, did you throw them like into the street or down on the ground in the alley?
Just down in the alley.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, one forms a rat that kind of like looks up and squeaks at you, like seeming for looking for direction, as the other pulses and grows a little bit bigger before forming a goat.
A goat.
Oh God.
All right.
A God, wouldn't you know?
I think this is pretty good. I mean, we could have maybe the goat just take a nibble at one of their pants and then maybe even pull them down and run away. And if the rat, I don't know about you, but if a rat crawled up my pant leg, I'd be distracted.
If a rat
Into
was
the pant leg.
anywhere around here, I'm not cool with a rat. You know what I mean?
No, they don't want anything bad.
Me, it's anyway,
Yeah, right.
He's just a little guy.
or quickly approaching.
But they can chew through steel.
Congratulations, little friend. Those are strong teeth.
So, I'm just gonna saunter around. I'm just gonna,
Yeah, we're just back in the street, being
back to the
normal.
street then.
All right, wait here for 5 minutes, and then I want you to come find us and the 2 guards at the door. You to the goat. Nibble at the robes. Try to take the weapon if you can, and you crawl over the shoe. Try as hard as you can to get them to chase you. We're gonna go inside. Once we get inside, if you survive, go along the lines in the road and cover up as many as you can. Okay?
They salute. Bat noises, rat noises, goat noises.
They do nod and kind of like wait.
Okay. I'm gonna walk
It's a
out.
very strange sight of like a goat and a rat just standing in an alleyway.
I've ever looked at someone and just been like, if you survive,
Yeah. And then I'm gonna walk out of the alley and find y'all and won't find you. And start talking bullshit conversation.
I'm like sit as though I'm very tired. I'm just like,
Yeah. While you were in the alley, Pippin kind of like dirtied up his pant legs to make it look like he'd been digging.
Oh, I do what Pippin did.
All right, you do so. You're all nonchalant in the streets once more.
Except Aurora and Baldwin, who are invisible.
straight up invisible.
After about 4.5 minutes, give or take, you're not great at counting, the 2 creatures, the rat much faster, kind of like skitters out of the alley. What was the rat's? What were your instructions again? The rat was supposed to do what?
To like crawl over the shoes of one of them and kind of just, be a rat on someone's shoe
Okay.
and try to get him to chase him.
And then the
Can
goat-
do little hops when I come out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you say to do that?
That's just what they do sometimes.
Yeah, the goat just kind of like excitedly hops because he loves being part of a plot.
He loves a suicide mission.
Just happily bounds towards the guards. Let's see if they even notice this happening.
You said they were amidst a very good conversation.
They are, yeah, on a natural 3.
They're about to get blindsided by the barnyard.
All right, I'm gonna make some rolls.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw for the guard with the rat
Okay.
Oh,
to
no.
save from fear.
Okay.
Fair, valid.
Okay, and then for the other guard, this is more gonna be an opposed athletics check to disarm.
Okay.
Goat gets +1 to its athletics.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
How much does human man at door get?
That's a 13 for the goat. 12 plus 1.
Go.
Yeah. It's a natural 8. You all watch As a little rat.
So fucking proud.
As a little rat skitters out into the road, crossing the expanse of dirt over to the entrance of the lantern. It begins crawling over the shoes of one of the guards, who lets out just a high-pitched shriek and begins backing away and actually trips over himself and falls down and is like pulling himself through. You didn't tell the rat to stop, so it is following and just like crawling over the shoes and through them and around them as he just keeps pulling away, screaming. The other guard turns in alarm, like reaches for his maul and looks down and kind of starts giggling. He just kind of like leans forward and is guffawing at his friend who is just being accosted by a rat. And as he is, the goat comes up from behind and chews through the leather that's holding his maul in place and begins dragging it off. It's having a rough time pulling it because it is very heavy and it is a very cute small goat.
Yeah.
Have you met a goat?
But as he's doing little hops backwards, dragging a maul through the dirt, it takes the guard a moment to notice before he turns around and sees it. The goat's already probably a good 15 feet away, and he's like, get back here! Begins taking off, both just away from the door, fully distracted. Everybody roll a stealth check. This is to nonchalantly enter the lantern without being noticed by the two distracted guards. This is a wonderful plan.
Dirty 20, good sir.
Dirty 20.
+7, man.
All right, I've got 3 rolls to
28.
make.
21.
1.
Are you doing a thing?
Fuck yeah. Also, you had advantage because you're invisible, but
Oh.
doesn't matter now.
Ha!
You rolled the
Oh,
highest
yeah.
you could. Pippin rolls
Pips.
23.
Forgot I was invisible for a second.
Genevieve
We all forget when we're invisible.
22 for Genevieve. And Valdwin with advantage.
He's also invisible.
That gives him advantage on his stealth.
Oh,
checks,
okay.
Yeah. However, even on a 4 and an 8 rolls 17. All of you quietly make your way, nonchalantly. Nothing's happening.
We're just not being suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I still have
Be
my shovel.
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Still have your shovel. All right. You all.
I want that to be noted. This
You
boy's
all.
a tavern brawler.
For the first time in the campaign, an improvised weapon.
When you have a short sword, what are you going to do? Look for a mug?
You travel up the marble steps, through the doorway, into a brightly lit marble hall that leads about 20 feet down before splitting to the left and the right. Looking to the left as you make your way in, you see a bookcase on the right wall, directly across from a pair of chairs and a small table on the left wall. And at the end of the hall, there's an iron door that is currently closed. Looking right from the fork, there's one set of double doors on the leftmost wall, and at the end of the hallway is an archway that leads into another room. You can just make out a blue curtain within that room. It's about 20 feet either direction.
Mm-hmm. How do you think we get to the egg? Probably the iron door.
I wouldn't imagine where else they'd put it.
Just so I know moving forward, what is everyone's passive investigation?
12.
You want to see my PI?
It's a 15.
15?
12.
11.
11.
17 on insight.
17. Pippin's is 14. What did you say yours was, Cholula?
12.
12. Yeah.
You said investigation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we maybe look around? things that aren't locked first?
There may be another way that we can get around somewhere.
We don't know for certain that that door is locked.
That's true.
Can I get pretty close up to the door? It's iron, right? You said that's a metal. That's conductive. Can I hear anything on the other side?
Make a perception check.
You clever little minx. Oh no.
6. But I'm invisible, so does that give me?
Not on perception, unfortunately.
You can't see
If you wanted
my
to,
ears.
if you wanted to try and open it, and if it's unlocked, peek your whole head in the door invisibly. That might help. But putting your ear up against it, you don't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, as an invisible person, do a little peekaboo.
All right.
I'm gonna like kind of press everybody up against the wall on the side of the door.
Yeah. None of you are aware that Aurora is doing this because she's invisible.
But the door will start opening at some point,
Yeah.
and at that point,
So,
gonna-
trying the handle, which pushes down,
Okay.
it does appear to be unlocked.
Sick.
Make a sleight of hand check. No, make a stealth check to quietly open the door. You do have advantage on this because you are invisible.
do you want your other big boy? He's been in jail a while.
No, let him
Okay.
rot.
You hear that, bitch?
Solitary confinement. Dirty 20.
Yo.
20. You must be well oiled. This door silently opens.
Slick.
And you just peer inside. The door opens to a larger room, about 25 by 25 feet. Jutting out from the far wall of the room is a familiar sight to Aurora, a raised stone circle. Reminds you of the laboratory in just outside of Grey Talon in the Darkhide Mill. You see two humans, a man and a woman, who stand atop the stone. The man appears to be scrubbing blood off of the surface of the stone as the woman traces runes and lines from a book in her hand onto the stone's surface. A number of cages, tables, papers, scrolls, and medical implements are strewn about the room on various surfaces. And as you're peeking in, they actually make an insight check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. They look exhausted, dark bags under the eyes. Their white linens are, they are wearing dark aprons over them, but you can even see that past the aprons, blood has soaked through their clothing as they're kind of like cleaning up and washing. They look very tired, almost dejected a little bit.
Okay. I would like to very gently close the door back
Okay.
and
Make one more stealth check with advantage.
19.
19. Silently, you close the door.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to Genevieve because I feel like she is going to be the most receptive of hearing a voice when cannot see the body.
Yeah, that's fair. Very
All
fair.
right, we're offended, but that's fine.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna very gently let her know everything that I saw in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then say, I think if me and Baldwin walk in at the same time, we could maybe knock them out. And I don't think it would take too much effort.
Do you think it would be better to approach things that way and then have to hide the bodies, or should we maybe see what information we can get out of them? Keep playing our roles as Silver Stake members.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, you're all staying very close together, I would imagine.
What if we just tell them that they are relieved and to go get some sleep?
That could also work.
And then we could check out the room.
They seem very tired.
I'm sure there's information somewhere about what's going on.
Silas, did you relay what you gleaned from kind of like reading people in the town?
I said that we were preparing for the ignition.
Okay.
I was talking aloud because we lost the rings, but I was like, everyone have a good ignition or whatever I said.
Everyone, happy ignition to you.
In that case, Pippin would bring up, maybe we tell them to have a good ignition and enjoy whatever that is, and we're here to relieve them.
Yes, we could just tell them to rest themselves for the ignition.
Right.
Might be best if you wear that necklace. At least one of us should be wearing one.
This makes me feel safe right now. Not in a religious way, just in a practical way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, nope, I toss it over to Kitten. You're our spokesperson. You wear the fancy necklace.
It's true. You did a great job talking down all those people in Williston.
You told the goat what to do.
Well, she saved me from a commoner. I would have had to kill him, and that wouldn't have been a good look.
I tried.
She's practically a hero.
I bumped him. He was solid. He had some shoulders on him.
Sometimes they are.
Farmer's
I can
build.
have one other come in with me, so it seems like the guards are in twos. If I can have one other come with me, and the rest of you maybe check what's through the other door so that when they come out, you aren't seen.
I can do that. I've played
Which
cover
one?
before.
Oh, right.
Alright. Would you like one or two invisible friends with you just in case?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Right.
Yes, please.
Why don't the rest of us check out this other room first?
Yes.
See if it's
in
clear.
case-
Oh, in case the ruckus would invite more friends.
Genevieve moves forward.
I'm gonna follow right behind her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay by the iron door in case they come out while this is happening.
Yeah. So, Rabbit, do you want to approach there? So there's the closed double doors on the left, facing this part of the hallway, or there's an open archway that leads into a room that has a blue curtain in it.
Is it kind of like double doors, archway?
Double doors on your left, archway is at the end of the hall.
Okay, yeah, so it's kind of what I thought. If I'm going like this.
So you came in
Yeah.
to the left, perpendicularly.
Yeah. No, we're on the same page.
Okay.
Let's do
I
this.
feel good.
Let's try it without words now.
I'm basically asking, like, if we kept going straight down this hallway, we'd get to the archway.
Correct.
But we'd have to turn here. Okay. Let's
She's
check
right. Yes,
the
right.
archway first, because that's an open space, and that feels spookier to me.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Spoopy.
Because you can't close that door. So like,
Exactly. Like, if we're fucked, we're fucked.
Yeah.
it's like going to sleep with like your closet door open.
Yeah.
I do
You're a
that
fucking
because there's
monster.
clothes falling out of it.
No, you're a fucking monster.
I know.
Can't slam a curtain.
24?
24.
I genuinely didn't look.
No.
Looking inside, the first things that you notice are there's no one in here. But there is, however, two more open archways within this room. One to the left, one to the right. And then you are hit with this horrid smell of sulfur and rot. Directly across from you, there's a long blue curtain that stretches from floor to ceiling and bisects the room, hanging on rings along a rail on the ceiling. And then, yeah, two doors, or rather two archways directly across from each other.
Okay, can I send, like, via hand signals? I would like to send Genevieve to just peek through one archway and Pippin to the other, and I'm gonna, like, army crawl to the curtain and try and just, like, peek under it.
Okay. The two of them do that.
Because if I go like this, duh. But if I, like,
Make a stealth check as you crawl forward to peek under the curtain.
Where's the security
18?
camera when you need it?
18. Looking up, you see a steel table that's on wheels of some kind. Looking up at it, you can't see what's on top of it because you're on the floor.
okay.
But you do notice that the smell is stronger from this area.
Smells like dead people.
Smells like dead something.
Great.
And there's a couple of small tables on either, like small end tables on either side of this wheeled situation.
Can I see what?
Not from the ground.
Okay.
If you'd like to stand up.
Are there any like legs moving around in here? Anybody walking around?
Nothing that you see, no.
Yeah, I'll stand up.
Okay. You stand up, and as you stand up, you meet the source of the smell.
It's a guy.
Lying on a steel gurney is a twisted and mangled body. What appears to be human legs, now gray and knotted, that connect to a torso that splits in two. The two halves are loosely connected by sinews and tendrils. On one side, an arm with a two-fingered claw, and the other, an arm wrapped in dark tendrils, kind of like Stranger Things Vecna style, all the way down the arm. There are two distinct and horrific faces atop each neck, with a multitude of tentacles from either shoulder. Its midsection has been carefully cut with a Y incision that is held open by some sort of medical device. And inside, you can see a mix of human organs that you're relatively familiar with, probably. But also a lot of purple and green tendons and growths, as if someone left mid-autopsy.
Like recently?
Potentially. It's hard to tell from just looking. But you see a series of medical instruments on both of the end tables on either side. Pippin leans back in. All clear over here. Genevieve. Yeah, here as well.
Do I feel certain that this thing isn't gonna get up and move around?
Make a medicine check.
4.
I mean, on a 4, you're not going to touch it to find out.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Pips,
Yes.
do you think that thing's really dead?
Kind of like
Definitely touches.
pulls the curtain. He's like, "Gee." I'll check. He steps
Be
forward.
careful.
All right.
I'm gonna like hold his hood. I'll pull you back if it starts
I'm
to kill you.
fully capable of moving myself.
Okay,
Just be ready to attack it if it comes to life.
great. Don't come to me.
He's gonna make a medicine check. Hey. Medicine. There you are. 14 is enough. He places his hands on like one of the necks where there would be a pulse. It's cold, and I don't feel any movement. He just kind of like stands there for a second. Like pops one of the faces. There's a little bit of a squirt, a little spurt of goo. I have to stop. But it doesn't react. I think we're good.
All right, come on.
Maybe we should stay behind the curtain. Because there's going to be people coming on either side of the door so we can get there faster. If things go wrong. What do you think?
Oh, I thought we were gonna go check out the other.
I thought we were finding a room to hide in while these medical practitioners or whatever leave.
Well, there's also that. I thought we were also making sure that there wasn't like somebody gonna come through.
There's no way to know for sure unless we check the whole place by ourselves. Should we do that?
No.
So why don't we stay behind this curtain for now?
Okay. Where's Genevieve?
And they
I'm also here.
Oh.
Do you mind if we kiss real fast?
Identify. Yes, I'm here too. Yeah, everyone who probably, I don't know what Aurora's up to, but everybody, I assume, who's not going into the room is... Well, you don't really have to hide because you're invisible.
They were going with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
yeah, Baldwin, I take that back. It's just you, Pippin, and Genevieve.
We kiss.
Do you?
No.
The body pulls out a base.
I do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna like stick my hand out the curtain and give like a thumbs up down the hallway.
Can I see that?
Yeah, you guys were probably waiting to make sure this room was cleared.
Okay. I'm gonna enter the iron door.
All
I
right.
put my hand back.
Followed by Silas, as well as Aurora and Valdwin.
Ghost
Ghost Aurora.
You step into the chamber. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back in about 20 minutes from this quick little break, and then we will continue the story and see where it's going from here. But in the meantime, you guys should go ahead and type the word sneak in the chat and follow the channel here on Twitch if you haven't already to become eligible and to enter to win the More Fun Mystery Mini Giveaway, provided to us by our wonderful, wonderful local comic book shop that sponsors the show, More Fun Comics and Games. They have gifted us this beautiful set of mystery pre-painted miniatures from D&D. So
pretty.
yeah, so type the word sneak in the chat to enter for your chance to win. We will announce the winner when we come back, and then we'll tell you how to enter for the Fantasy Forge dice giveaway. So don't go away. We'll be right back, and we'll see you all very shortly.
Whoa.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we hop back into this little scenario, we are going to be announcing the winner of this mystery mini giveaway from More Fun Comics and Games, our wonderful local comic book shop. The winner of the More Fun mystery giveaway is... I think this is a new name. Sonic Wolf 777.
Whoa.
Congratulations, Sonic Wolf 777. We will
did
get in contact with you through the Twitch Whispers and figure out how to get this sent to you. Our prizes go out at the end of the month. Let us know in the chat if you would like us to open this on the end of the stream and do a little unboxing.
If we opened.
Yeah.
Oh, dear
I'll touch it.
Miranda.
But if you'd rather we didn't, that's okay too. So we will get that to you as soon as possible. But in the meantime, we have another giveaway.
Whoa. Is it always two?
There's always two.
What?
One of them's
Always.
always minis, and one of them is always
What?
some handmade dice.
Some handmade dice.
Clickety clackety, I hear it being set up.
Yeah.
All right. To enter for your chance to win the Fantasy Forge style Fable Fire dice, go ahead and type the word FF in chat. It's not a word, it's just two letters, FF.
You can do it on accident.
No spaces, no caps, just FF. To enter for your chance to win this beautiful set of vibrant violet dice that I made myself in painstakingly sanded. Oh, let me go ahead and get this out of the way too.
Yeah.
We don't need no walls.
The motherfucker burn.
Man.
All right, already 6 entries. Hell yeah, you guys are on top of it.
The FFs are going off.
We will announce the winner of the Fable Fire Dice giveaway towards the end of the stream, not necessarily right at the end, so stick with us to stay tuned and see if you won. In the meantime, seeing this for the first time, I'll re-describe the room for the two of you, the four of you, I should say, as Aurora and Valdwin enter as well. The door opens to a larger room, about 25 feet by 25 feet, larger compared to the 5-foot hallway that you've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Jutting out from the far wall of the room is a familiar sight, a raised stone circle. 2 humans, a man and a woman, stand atop the stone. The man is scrubbing the blood off of the surface of the stone as the woman traces runes and lines from a book in her hand to the stone's surface. A number of cages, tables, papers, scrolls, bookshelves, and medical implements are strewn about the room. As the two of you enter, the woman is actually pretty focused on what she's doing, writing the runes. The man looks up from where he's kind of now gotten most of the blood cleaned off. He's kind of like working his way around as they kind of encircle each other as she inscribes the runes, and he cleans it off so that she can do so. He looks up. Oh, I don't think we are supposed to have any more. I didn't know we had any more scheduled chosen today.
Won't find you, siblings.
Won't find you as well.
I came to tell you can take your leave now, get some rest, and be ready for the ignition.
Make a deception check with advantage.
It's hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Name dropping. the ignition helped out.
I'm trying to do my best impression of what was that piece of shit that we killed? The blonde one.
Astroloth Vendelor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's deception? I don't do that very much.
It's alphabetical.
23.
23. Not bad.
It's alphabetical.
Oh yeah, always has been.
I'm all ready. Yes, we were just getting things set up for tomorrow. Have you got this handled?
Yes.
Wonderful. Be on our way. May her light guide you.
May the light guide.
May the light guide you.
And make an insight check.
Okay.
All who are present, if you would like to as well, Aurora.
5.
I did like a little ollie off the rim. I don't know if he's okay.
Hell yeah.
I did see it. It did
17.
some sick tricks.
17.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Silas. Ever watchful. You get this kind of strange feeling, like you get the sense that you're in the clear, that they bought your story and are heading out. But the way that they didn't initially greet you with, oh God, I forgot it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, warmth find you. And the way that they just kind of like lackadaisically at the end, almost like an afterthought, were like, may her light guide you. You get the sense that these particular people might be a little more privy to some behind the scenes info than the rabble around town. They seem less devout and more hired. But nonetheless, they believe you and they go through the motions.
Your aprons.
Oh, yes, almost forgot. They both untie them, hang them on the hooks. There's a couple more on the wall. They once again kind of like bow to you, close the door behind. I'm going to make a quick perception check, and I need everyone who's hiding in the room down the hall to make a stealth check with advantage because you are mostly obscured. But they might see some little feetsies under a curtain.
Oh, look out.
For Pippin, that is a 25.
He's hovering.
For Genevieve, a 19.
17.
17. And perception from one scientist. Actually pull up their shit. What did you roll again?
17.
17? They rolled a 14. They don't notice any of you as they make their way down the hall and exit the lantern. As they make their way out, Aurora, Valdwin, Silas, and Cholula find yourselves within some sort of strange, scientific, ritualistic chamber.
Blood circle.
Does it look anything like the one that we kind of ransacked when Roscoe was discovered?
Yeah, it looks almost exactly like that. But this one has not been ransacked and has not been burned. It is fully intact and functional.
Can I get like a quick glance at like the? She didn't leave that book by chance.
She did not. She took the book with her.
And that's where the arcane things were scribed. It was inside the book, not on the little circle thing, was it?
She seemed to have been copying something from her book onto the stone.
Can I get a peek at what those were? See if I can.
Yeah. Are you just trying to kind of like discern what it is? Yeah, go ahead and
see if I can
make an Arcana check.
27.
27.
I rolled 18.
This is definitely something within the school of transmutation, which is not surprising. you're learned in magic. And I would say, honestly, on that high of a roll, this is kind of outside of Arcana, but thinking about it, the fact that you were raised by Silver Stake and that you are as versed in magic as you are, which seems to, like, outwardly seems to be something that the Silver Stake tries to distance themselves from. They value science over the arcane, but wizardry is kind of the mesh of those two things. But the fact that you are as well trained as you are in the arcane arts, you get the sense that it's almost like you were kind of like being groomed to maybe be working here one day. But aside from that, this appears to be some sort of transmutation circle. You can't really make out the intricacies of it. There's a lot of symbols and runes here that you've never seen before. But you get the sense that you rather, on a 27, you can draw a relation between some of these runes that you don't recognize, and you have seen them once before. And it was on the kind of cracked and broken circle that you found in Grey Talon. So definitely related to the experiments that were being done there. But these are obviously intact and seem more refined, though unfinished.
Were they drawing it on with something or like etching it into the stone?
She seemed to be drawing it on with this kind of like bluish chalk that almost had a little bit of a glow to it.
Is there anything of note on the shelves?
Make an investigation check.
30-20. Wait. No. Jesus Christ. 15. I looked right at insight. That's a +7. 15.
15. On a 15, you actually come across, with your training within the Harpers, you've been informed enough to spot certain things. And you know spell scrolls when you see them. And you find 3 spell scrolls. They aren't like labeled, so you don't know exactly what they do, but you do know that they are enchanted, essentially one-time use spells that someone who is proficient in Arcana could use.
I put those in my bag of holding. I kind of move the robes out of the way.
Okay, you do so.
Are there any... You said there were books.
Yeah.
Are they like... Do they seem important to what is going on here?
You can also make an investigation check. Okay. Kind of pour through some titles.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
I
20.
feel like I never roll that high on investigation.
Most of them are anatomical, anatomy studies of humans, a lot of in-depth anatomy studies on humans, as well as tieflings, half-orcs, any race you can think of. There is a book on the anatomy of that type of being. There's even books cross-referencing those against each other, kind of notating the slight differences between, and in some cases, like you find a book on centaurs that is wildly different than the books on humans.
Yeah.
But all very similar. There's also a number of journals with sketches in them that are depicting horrific deformities and abnormalities that you get the sense have probably been filled out in this room and are probably records of the studies done here. What languages do you read?
Common and thieves can't.
It's the only 2 languages you know? Mm-hmm. Wow. I think you're supposed to pick a language as a shifter, right?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't...
They don't have their own language.
Hang on, let me look at this. Yeah,
D&D
think you should
Beyond would
know.
have made her do that.
Pippin knows 3 languages. He knows common, 2 other languages, and thieves can't.
Does he have a background?
Yeah, what's his...
Oh, maybe?
Because it could be a result of his background.
That's true, it could be.
What is your background?
Sunlight. The description.
It'd be a description.
Okay. I should know. Oh, folk hero, right? Because of the assassination.
That should have given you a language for sure.
No, he doesn't get a language. He doesn't get his language. I think you just pick a language you know as a shifter.
That's
Why
wild.
but why does he know 3?
That's a great
And
question.
Thieves can't. Thieves can't, class-based, but
Interesting. Anyway, most of these are in a language that you don't quite understand. It's got quite sharp. It's almost calligraphic, but it's a lot of kind of like J shapes and intersecting lines with various like dots in different places, but you can't read it.
Okay. Should I pick one?
According to Drowned in Books, they just sent over the segment on shifters to hashtag watching Arcanarama live on Discord. There's a link in the about section if you would like to join us. They sent over that section. You get Quarry, and one language of your choice.
Oh,
Thanks, Drowned Books.
Thanks,
Thank
Drowned in
you.
Books.
I will find that and I will click it. Cool.
find anything we can use for evidence, right?
This for sure.
Grab some scrolls. Anything
there-
of interest, Valdwin? Wherever you are?
I'm here.
Ah,
I think we've thoroughly searched the place. I could take a look at those scrolls if you wanted.
if we think we have the time, yes.
That's up to you. Do you think we have time?
Could you look at them as we keep moving? I think once they're out, we still need to check that other room.
Well, I could identify one immediate. Excuse me.
I'll pull one out randomly.
I picked some tomatoes on the way here.
As a bat.
Roll a d6 for me.
What kind of a d6? Like a cube?
Yeah. Do you have another kind?
No. 3.
What does that mean?
3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You pull out a scroll and hand it to Valdwin. He uses spell slot, instantly casts Identify. Oh, this is a scroll of polymorph. That's fitting. It seems a lot of the magic done in this particular compound seems to be transmutation-based, changing forms. Polymorph, well, yeah, you can transform yourself or a willing participant or potentially an unwilling participant into any animal that you've seen before, any type of creature.
Not one for magics.
Is there anything in this room along the wall that would be against the tree area that looks like another passage further in?
Make an investigation check.
The Treegion, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Tree region.
9.
9. You don't see any suspicious creases or things that are out of place. It's just stone wall.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else that seems of import in this room, I think we should keep moving, try to find a way into where the egg is.
Of course.
Right.
Also worth noting, Rabbit and Pippin and Genevieve, did you all stay hidden after the people left?
Probably, right?
Probably.
What if more people come through? Yeah.
Okay. Staying put. I just wanted to check in and make sure.
I'm not a silly fool.
I'm just standing in a stinky curtain.
Sometimes you stand in stinky curtains.
So what's our next move?
We should find the others and then try the double doors.
You were looking along the walls. Perhaps we should keep an eye out everywhere we go, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in here? Oh, okay,
Not
check.
that I could see.
Yeah, investigation check.
Father. 11.
11.
Not invest.
Moving forward, would you guys like to go ahead and just like, when you enter a room?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Couldn't imagine they'd make that public, even for those two that left. Didn't seem quite as devout, did they?
They didn't greet us.
I noticed-
Almost forgot to.
Oh,
I noticed that as well. I chalked it up to maybe the fact that they looked quite tired, but I don't know.
There's something.
So
They were-
perhaps
they were in on it.
they're in on it with the hag and not necessarily with the stake.
Or at least that they know that these chosen are not going to a higher plane or whatever they're being promised.
Perhaps we should meet back up with our friends.
Yes.
Right.
Eyes open on the way.
Mhm.
As you all exit this ritual chamber back into the entry hall, everybody go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh.
Rabbit, Pip, and Genevieve, you all come back out as well.
Yes. Dirty 20.
Nice.
So +2.
5.
Insight and perception are crazy, but investigation.
19.
19.
Is now a good time to have that talk about how could Valdwin and Aurora see, let alone investigate, if they're invisible because light can't bounce off their eyeballs?
Yeah, I got an answer to that.
Did you truly?
That I am stealing from EXU Calamity because I love Brennan Lee Mulligan. He's great. Just like the size of a pin, there's little dots where their eyes are, so that light can pass through. And that is why you have advantage on stealth checks, but are not immune to being found because somebody might be trained to find those little pinpricks. You
Yeah.
know, right where your head is.
That's good. I kind of like the Harry Potter blanket thing. Like you're in something that makes you invisible, and you can see out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a thing.
There's the invisibility cloak.
Right.
Aurora, did you roll for investigation?
Yeah. I got a 13.
13.
That's not
Nice. Not bad rolls.
Worst.
Keeping your eyes out in the hallway, you begin moving down. Nothing really catches your attention, except for you, Silas.
Yes.
On a 20 investigation,
You die.
Fall.
as you're passing by the bookcase in the hallway, you feel a draft of cold air. You turn and look, and you can see that there's a crack at the edge of the bookcase, just a thin crack, and there's a breeze coming through.
Hey.
Because dads can always sense the temperature. They know that room.
Did somebody change the temperature of this hall?
I touched the thermostat.
Seriously, who did that?
It was me. I just said it.
No.
Did you lot find anything down the hall?
Yeah, I was going to ask you if, just before we jumped into this, if we could have shown everybody the weird body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure. We should have a look. We can always come back to secret door.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
It's
you
not
guys.
going anywhere.
I mean, the secret door is definitely more important. We've all seen these before, right? They're just making more guys, more things.
We saw them cleaning a table, so we figured it was.
So I guess sometimes they fail and then they study it.
Do you think it's a failure or an improvement?
Depending on who's doing the work.
Have any of the wiggly guys that we've come across seemed like they were undead, or were they just like messed up?
The ones that you fought that killed Alma, the ones you fought when Alma died, they had intelligence and they didn't seem undead. They seemed like people.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they were like.
They were able to speak.
Yeah, they were conniving.
Can I tell if this guy is more, I don't know, sound than, let's say, Roscoe was when he got all transmorgified?
Make a medicine check.
Do either of the faces look similar to the man that we talked to in the street?
Ooh, make an insight check.
7. I don't practice medicine.
7. He's dead.
He's dead.
I'm no doctor.
I'm no doctor.
Definitely seems to have come from complications with the whole situation.
Open chest.
The whole, like, open chest
9.
thing?
9. It's hard to tell. They hardly resemble.
Squished it with his fist.
Well, that, and also they hardly resemble human faces anymore anyway. The teeth are all like in the wrong places, and it reminds you kind of the fish that you've seen in the area. Huge ass.
Quite the chosen.
On his belly.
Right. Do we want
Well,
to go
before
through?
we do secret door, do we want to check these double doors and make sure that there's not someone else still in this building?
There are also 2 rooms on either side of us through archways we could check out. Did you hear anyone when you were fighting out?
We did check them.
We're risking.
Yeah, the one on. When you walk through the door you guys came through, the one on your left that I'm pointing at right now, that I didn't have to use that explanation for at all, clearly. There's a lot of chains on the wall and some dummies in the corner, and there's seemed to be another doorway that leads into another room.
Dummies?
You didn't mention dummies.
Something like you didn't ask. You told me to check if it was clear. There's nobody in there.
We're risking being seen. Every room we go into, let's go into the room they don't want people to be seen.
This one was also clear. Some big, like iron cases in it or something. But no people. Tables stacked on each other on the walls, like shelves.
Did it look like electricity could be?
What?
Nothing. It was something we saw once. The platforms that they were.
There are some, like, levers.
No, never mind.
They seem, it smells kind of, we can just go look. It's not a very big room.
Yeah, we should just check the area quickly to make sure
Right.
that we're not found when we're trying to open this bookcase.
I feel like we're close, right? And we just don't want
Yes,
to be
but we
caught
should
in the
still, if
hallway.
there's anything that we could take that would hinder them, we should.
All right.
Or
Away.
help us. Why don't we check Genevieve's room first, and then we can take the tour through mine.
Yes.
How long would it take you to get used to a scroll?
Like, do I have to attune to it, or is it just like?
As a wizard,
I don't know how these things work.
you are aware. You can copy spell scrolls into your spellbook and learn that spell permanently.
We found transmutation, as you saw, and I'm sure these other 2 are similar.
Okay.
Pick one or both.
I think if I take it now, by next morning, I can be able to figure out how to work it.
I'm looking up the exact timing
I
for
think
you.
it's over a short rest usually, right?
It's a number of hours
Oh, equivalent to the spell's
to the
level.
spell's level. I'm nearly there.
We might not have time. I'll just put them back.
We can do 2
Copying a
minutes.
spell into the book. When you find a wizard spell of first level or higher, you can add it to your spell book. If it is of a spell level, you can prepare. And if you can spare the time to decipher and copy it, copying that spell into your spell book involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, then deciphering the unique system, blah, 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 blah. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces in materials.
Okay.
Actually, if you have a bag of holding, you should have them.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and let you know.
But how will she find it? 'Cause she's
What?
Listen. If we're going with Harry Potter
Then
blanket
it's
rules,
in your
then
little
like
space.
it's in my little invisible space. But like,
Gotcha.
or do I touch it
Polymorph?
and it becomes invisible?
Polymorph, the one that was identified, is a 4th level spell. So that would take 8 hours.
Okay.
A full long rest of not sleeping to copy that into your spellbook.
Okay.
Just so that you know what we're working with. Or you could just use it once. You are an arcane caster, so you could just use the scroll, but then it's gone forever.
Oh, so if he gives her the scroll, she can like see what they are and decide if she wants to take the time to copy it down or just.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should. Probably just,
yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of hold them out.
Okay.
So Genevieve's arch.
All right. Entering the next room, the horrid smells continue.
Oh, good.
Joining the scent of rotting flesh and sulfur is that of cooked meat and carbon. On the back wall, there are 3 large iron contraptions, each with a hinged door on the front and a lever just to the side of it. On either side of the room are rows of tables stacked like shelves. Though regularly cleaned and sterilized, you would assume, based on the kind of pristine white marble nature of this building, there is no mistaking the aged bloodstains on the floor and tables of this chamber.
Do I get the impression that not all of their experiments go the way they want, and that they burn them here?
Based on the piles of bodies that you found on the shore, and how many of them there were, and it seemed like a dumping ground that kind of got out of control, they may have started incinerating them, the failures.
Fuck.
Does anything in the room seem like of use?
There's not really anything in this room. There's 3 incinerators, and there are tables that are currently empty.
Okay. All right. So this one's fine. Let's check the
Pippin's room.
Just a second.
Pippin's room.
Is there, real quick, these levers, you know how like sometimes light switches, there's like a kind of a cavity where the switch comes down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where the lever does action on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do these have that? These levers?
If you're asking if they're connected to mechanisms that attach to the incinerators,
No. Like it's okay. So there's like the lever, the stick part is usually on a wheel of some sort.
these are levers on the ground that
okay.
it seems like you kind of like
I mean,
click
it's-
and pull.
But it's the same setup. Is like it's on.
Yes,
like
there
a,
is a gear at the bottom.
Okay, is there any manner of like crevice or cavity in which it is allowed to do that push and pull motion
Yes, there
as
is.
a lever?
There has to be motion for it to move.
Approximately how large is the crevice?
Maybe 4 inches on either side.
4 inches?
That's
Does
not that big.
No, it's big enough for my plans. Does anybody have ball bearings or something?
I was thinking. Literally
I have
the same.
1,000 ball bearings in my pocket.
Can I have some?
Of
Pass them
course,
around.
yeah. Breaking and entering 101. Gets you like 3.
Okay,
that enough?
I need as many as you're willing.
I've got literally 1,000.
Let's go.
You just
I
hand you a
pass-
pouch.
I counted
Okay,
them.
I like put a ton in everybody's hands and I just start cramming them into the crevices because a ball bearing would absolutely fit in a 4-inch crevice
Yeah.
until like it doesn't feel like these levers are gonna move.
Yeah, absolutely. You jam the levers with ball bearings.
Think of the same,
Then
dude.
Silas and I high five in the air.
You can't burn them. You can't hide it. Right. Sorry.
It was a very quiet.
It wasn't even good contact.
All right, Pippin's room.
Pippin's room. Let's see what we can break in there.
Stepping through, you find yourselves in another white marble room.
Who got in there already?
On the far wall, there are 2 straw dummies dressed in common clothes and propped up on wooden poles. In the corner of the room, there is a pile of splintered wood, torn fabric, and straw, presumably the remnants of past dummies that have been obliterated. There are 3 steel loops, like semicircles, on the floor that are equidistant, that seem to coincide with where a dummy would be in one blank space in the center. And the wall to your right is covered in chains, like manacles, collars, chain links. And on your left is another archway leading into another room.
Training?
I suppose, or maybe they tie him up there and see how they can fight with their tentacles.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Still kind of training, I guess.
Shall we have a look around before moving on?
A quick look, yeah.
Whoever would like to can make an investigation check.
That's not 20.
Nat
baby.
20.
Oh, there's something in this room.
Natural 1. Rabbit, you were having a hard time figuring out what the use is of a bunch of chains on a wall. Why would they chain this many things to one wall? That doesn't seem smart.
I'm still riding the high of breaking their levers. I'm flying.
12?
14.
14. Cholula. Almost instantly. There's
Instantly.
there's a small table, kind of near the archway that leads into the next room, small corridor. On this table, beneath some discarded, kind of sticky, inky chains, you find a little black bound book.
I take.
You take.
That's what that was.
And I make it my way.
What's in it?
You open the book.
Blood.
The first thing that happens is as you open the book, a letter that was kind of like pressed into the first page almost slips out. You catch it. Kind of like looking at that for a second, flipping through the book, you just see it's like almost like a ledger. There are just lines in rows, or rather columns in rows of almost the same thing over and over. It just says subject and then a number. subject, and then a number.
Can I find subject 17?
It is not present in this book. Most of them are actually crossed out, except for 6 of them. Subjects 10, 14, 37, 45, 56, and 63.
Can you go through those one more time?
Yes.
Please, Mr. Dungeon Master.
Subject 10,
Come on.
subject 14, subject 37, subject 45, subject 56, and subject 63. 56 and 63, rather 56 through 63. Those are the 2 most recent. 63 is the highest number.
Okay. I will pass the book to Silas or whoever's closest, honestly, to me.
Yeah, we'll say Silas.
And I would like to open the letter.
All right. Opening the letter, you see scrawled on parchment in rather casual handwriting. It just reads, "All remaining successes are to be transferred to the lower chamber. You may then rejoin your families in the Silvered Hearth to celebrate the ignition."
Where you can sip on Coke and rum.
The first thing that comes to mind is, so far all of these chambers have been on the same level.
So, I guess we can expect to see 6 on the field of battle?
Yes, and it looks like, well, the ones that were successful are in a lower chamber, so there's somewhere in here that goes down.
I imagine it has a draft coming out of it. What is the...
To be clear,
build?
though, that's going to be 6 tentacle stab beasts.
Or something similar. It said return to your families and what?
Prepare for the ignition.
Uh,
Or get ready to party.
It said specifically, you may then rejoin your families in the Silvered Hearth to celebrate the ignition.
Does the make of this building match the age of the wall? Or is this newer?
It does not. This is much newer.
Okay.
So whatever this ignition thing is, according to what this letter says, is happening soon. Judging by the fact that no one is here.
Maybe soon as in 4 days?
Or maybe tonight.
Maybe even sooner.
Then we should try and find everything we can right now.
Yes.
Are there dates on this thing or just subject numbers?
Just subject numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so
Haley, this is a family show.
Fuck, I should have said shit.
if we can
There's
move on to the
one
next.
more archway. Let me check it out.
Yes.
All right. Stepping
Going to
in.
my room now?
No, not yet, sorry.
Sorry.
Do you want to call this one Silas's room?
No.
Okay, we'll call it Rabbit's room. Let's go.
Mine's the one that's good.
I bet.
Mine isn't gross.
Rabbit's room.
Stepping into the next room.
Yeah, I think Rabbit's room had the body in it.
Immediately to the right, there's a semicircle of iron along the floor, about a 5.5 foot radius that takes up half of the room from the far wall. There's a steel lever directly to your, I guess, your left when you step in. And the leftmost wall is home to a number of instruments that appear to be used for poking and prodding. And then also on the left is the double doorway that you presume leads back into the main hall.
What does it appear this lever does?
You can make an investigation check to try and decipher it, or you can pull it.
Poking and prodding.
I'm not pulling it, but I would like to investigate it.
Sure.
Bit of punishment to control or something?
Baldwin?
Oh, I think I figured it out. That's a 6.
6. Whatever mechanisms it's connected to are not visible. They're within the structure.
These are probably evil mechanisms, right? We all agree?
Likely.
Did you have a question?
Yes. With Roscoe, Captain Sampson,
Yes.
what exactly did it take to contain the hold on his mind that these sort of experiments had on him? If we come across these 6, I'm saying, is there anything that we can do to keep them from blindly attacking us?
Well, in the case of Master Samson, it was a matter of restoration for his mind. His body was much more complicated, and it involved transmutation and alchemy working hand in hand to attempt to reverse engineer something that we didn't have full notes on, other than what Calandria had left behind. But mostly that was just poison.
Right. So not really.
I mean, restoration would clear their minds, but it would not clear their bodies.
Right.
So it may dissuade them from attacking us, but
That's
if
not
these,
an ability that I have.
well, also if these are, I'll just say it, members of a cult, they may not have had their minds altered. They might be acting of their own free will.
That's true. Right. Okay. Should we pull the lever?
We should all step out of the room, though.
I mean, what?
What do you think the lever does?
Do you think it makes the whole room explode? I don't know. Why would they have a lever like
There's a
that?
circle on the
I
ground.
feel like if there's a lever to be pulled, whoever is pulling it is in a protected area.
That would be odd.
Okay, so everybody come hang out next to the lever.
We can all pull it together.
Let's all pull the lever together.
Yeah, then it's nobody's fault.
Yes.
Pippin puts his hand on it.
A shadow does. All right.
And it's right when Silas's shadow covers it that the lever is pulled.
Oh, okay.
As it does, there's a low kind of whir, this like... And the semicircle begins to rise, and there are bars. And there's this kind of like, essentially semicircular cage that rises up from the ground to the ceiling. And luckily you all stood by the lever, so none of you are trapped inside of it.
Okay.
But you get the sense that your initial presumption was correct, that this is probably some sort of like assessment chamber where they bring the experiments and put them in the cage and kind of like poke at them to see if they have any humanity left.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we
I think we
bring
leave
it back
this one
down.
alone. We bring it. No, we like bring the lever back down. But this could be useful. If we get into a pinch, we could just corner something back up here and pull the lever on it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not doing anything explicitly evil. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
Seems
thought
to
we-
me like it took about maybe 12 seconds to go all the way up. I wasn't counting or anything.
Right. If I don't know, if they're going to continue these experiments, then I guess they won't.
Yeah, I mean, not if we have anything to say about it, right?
Yeah.
So we put it back down.
Pippin pulls the lever again. It goes down.
If we need to on our way out, we can fill it with ball bearings and fuck it all up.
So we have one more room.
Silas's room.
The double door.
The double doors.
Jesus Christ.
We're under attack.
I like that she barks at the door and then looks at us like,
Right? Right?
it's great!
Did I do a good job, guys?
No.
That shouldn't do that.
Valdwin kind of pushes at the door. I'll just wait. Get a tavern dog, they said.
Full volume for someone she knows.
Valdwin kind of like pushes the door open and peers out. Yes, these lead back into the main entryway.
Okay.
Okay.
Silas's
Silence's room.
door? All right. You all make your way down to the bookcase in the main entry hall.
And I try to move the case itself.
Wait, the double doors were from the other side?
The devil doors that they saw on the way to the blue curtain.
Yeah.
That's where you come out from the...
Now that you guys have
We did a loop.
We dungeon delve.
looked at all of the dungeonous rooms,
Or are you going to send it to Maps and Places on Discord?
I am. It's just going to be a picture of my screen from my phone, though.
Link in the About section. You could see maps and places as well.
Oh my god, you want to see our maps? I want to see our places.
Do you like places?
Places and stuff. Things.
Some places.
There you go, the layout of the lantern.
Places and maps.
Oh, it's a little map.
Oh, silence
Yeah.
is
So you entered,
Did
and
you roll that?
no, I randomly generated this and then labeled it myself.
That's so random.
But I generated like 6 different ones until I found the right one. So basically, I drew it myself. So yeah, you guys made your way down towards the number 1, and then the 2 of you went left to room number 2, which was the kind of ritual chamber, while Rabbit went straight down to room number 5. The double doors lead into room number 3, which is where you guys just exited.
Party. And Silas is 7, presumably.
Yes, that is where the bookshelf is.
Okay.
I try to move the bookshelf itself.
Yeah,
Kind of like,
you like move it gently, and it doesn't budge.
okay, so maybe it's one of these books or something.
Do any of the things on the bookshelf look like more greased up than the other ones?
Or leathery?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Real greasy. It's all these people walking around here eating potato chips before they touch anything.
Just butter sticks.
14.
You just treat it like
14.
push pop.
Cholula, looking over it with a practiced eye, you see a number of books. You see there's some unburning candles on the top shelf. But the thing that catches your eye is on the middle shelf, there's this little statuette, like an altar, that's mostly made of white marble itself as well, that depicts like a little brazier. But the flame within it is made of silver. And you see there's a little crease at the bottom of the flame where it connects to the statuette.
Is there like a hinge?
You don't see a hinge. You just see there's like a minute space just at the bottom of the flame.
Maybe if someone could grab the other side, I could
Can
just
I
kind
try
of
to like
push.
see if it like twists or
Yeah, you grab it and you twist.
I do
I
a
got
small clap.
The bookshelf slowly moves to the side.
Good work, kitten.
Thank you.
Should we close it behind us? Is this?
I don't know how to
Figure out
close
how
it.
to do that.
It seemed to open pretty slow. Maybe we just twist it again once we're inside.
Oh, right.
Oh, there we go.
I'm pretty quick. You all go ahead and I'll be right behind you.
Also
Okay.
quick.
Not a
You're both
competition.
pretty.
You all go inside. Pippin twists the flame and then quickly steps back in. Bookshelf slowly closes behind you. After rotating the depiction of the flame on the statuette, and then rotating it again, the bookshelf moves, and when it gets set back in place, you hear a click coming from within the wall.
Is there any return lever in here?
Yes, there is a lever similar to the one that lifted. God. Similar to the one that lifted the cage on the other side.
Okay.
You find yourself standing in a white marble corridor, lit by 2 continual flame spells with a blue glow, hinting the entire area with this blue tint. Following the corridor for about 20 feet leads you to a descending staircase that kind of goes down. It is lit by these spells that follow it all the way down. There are like brief periods of darkness, but only dim light, never full darkness.
Okay.
And looking down, it kind of gently turns and eventually turns out of sight.
Okay. I'm going to. I think I'm gonna pull out my sword and just kind of look at everybody like a.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Baldwin looks at all of you. I think it's best to prepare that this could potentially be the final stop.
It's been wonderful traveling with all of you. In case I don't get a chance to tell you later.
And it will continue to be after
Yeah,
we
can
murder
I-
this bitch.
Very gently punch Cholula as an invisible person.
Yeah, no damage.
No, don't say that. We're all getting out here alive.
Real fast, I need a reminder. Did we ever pass out the couple of potions that Valdwin did manage?
I figured we
I
split them.
I wrote 12, but I didn't see the split.
Yeah, like that we got 2 each.
I will say that Silas has them currently. Valdwin gave you the satchel, I believe. If you want to pass those out now, would be the time.
Yeah, 2 apiece, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Is it 6 in the party?
And that's the health potions?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Potions of
regular
healing.
potions of healing.
12.
2d4 plus 2.
And then someone has the aerosol.
I have that.
Yeah, Cholula has the 2 sprays of protection from evil and good.
You said that's 2d4 plus 1?
2d4 plus 2 for a regular potion of healing.
Keep
Okay,
Bless you.
Daddy. I'm sorry!
keep communication up, right? If something is going awry on your end, communicate to everyone else.
Even if that means screaming, please help, I'm dying. Please, oh, it hurts, I'm dying. Somebody will arrive.
I'm going to hand the bands back to Rabbit. If you're
You're
feeling,
sure?
if you're still lucky today,
I'm still lucky for a moment. You can actually, they disappear from my staff as they
Yeah,
get used.
you see
so-
a single rabbit's foot still dangling from the spear.
okay.
I'm gonna try this choking, sneezing thing. It won't be the focal point of my attack, but I think it could be at least incapacitating. That'll be my first run. And then dealing with the sides, because I can't imagine the hag will fight themselves. I think there'll be a lot of friends. Keep your distance, of course. Keep an eye out for necklaces.
Do we decide that removing the necklaces doesn't change their ability to cast spells?
Correct, when it comes to the silver stake that you fought.
These necklaces could blind us previously, right?
Mhm.
Does it look like that has something to do with the necklace or the dude wearing it?
No, we talked about this last time. It's
A conduit.
it is a conduit for the people.
Okay, great. Just
Yeah.
checking in. Was making sure I didn't have blind a motherfucker strapped around my neck.
I think I have that.
Part.
Yeah.
You have one of those. I was wondering if we just obtained more. We didn't. It's okay.
Following the staircase downward. It descends and slowly spirals downward and downward for what feels like an hour. Just when it starts to feel like the staircase will never end, you see the steps ending in a marble floor below. You can also hear a droning chant rising up the staircase from the chamber. Could I have everyone make an investigation check?
17.
21.
17.
Is that?
That is a unicorn, so it is a not 20.
Fuck yeah.
What a silly thing to put on the 20, because a unicorn only has one.
Right, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, what is the other side?
It's just a 1.
It's a 20 horned horse.
Nightmare.
That would be extra confusing.
Just like all the way down.
The Icasa horn. Icasa corn, I guess is what it would be.
Yeah.
That has.
Oh no. I hate dinosaurs.
Horses don't need to be worse.
The unrideable horse.
The main mohawk.
Thank you.
I will not be ridden.
So that's a 25. If you
25.
need, like, a big number.
Cholula and Aurora. At once, both of you notice, kind of framing the entryway at the bottom of the stairs, just a thin silver thread. And on a natural 20, Aurora, you've seen Cholula use something like this recently to set up an alarm outside of your cave. You get the sense that the moment you cross that threshold, someone will know.
Is anyone able to disarm things or?
Do you have any spells that make magic stop?
Valdwin?
Not unless
I could
it's,
attempt to dispel it, but I'm not sure if that would alert the caster that it's been dispelled.
What do you know about the alarm spell?
I don't know shit.
That's not true. You have
Open
it.
the spell.
Just read it.
I think she's trying to be narrative.
If ever there were a time.
Trying to be narrative about it. I get it.
While Kitty is looking this up, I'm going to let you guys know that as we move forward with this scenario, there's going to be a portion where I'm going to do a lot of reading.
Okay.
You're going to want to jump in, and you're going to want to say, I do this, and I do this. I am begging you not to do that.
Everyone, shut the fuck
Please
up.
wait until I finish my description.
You can just say,
and then you
"Leave
can
the
act.
room."
I promise I'm not going to like pull the wool over your eyes and pull some dumb bullshit on you. I just want to make sure that you don't thrust yourself into an unescapable situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
All this says is, that you can pick creatures that won't set off the alarm, blah, blah, blah.
Is it
and
concentration?
It is...
No, because
I
you
don't-
sleep.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
No.
Well, if you don't have to concentrate on it,
And it doesn't say anything...
you wouldn't necessarily know if it were dispelled, would
Yeah.
you? We will lose our invisibility upon me casting. Actually, you probably, thinking back, you would have lost invisibility when he cast Identify.
Empty rooms.
It works.
I'm just a guy.
All right.
Just a regular guy. Joe guy.
Joe dude.
Valdwin raises a hand, his long fingernails extending outward as he kind of like looks down and rises up off of the ground a little bit. And there's just like this little poof of shadowy, not quite mist, but more of like a swirling shadow that emanates out and just kind of lays onto the silver and tarnishes it. I think we're all clear.
Stage whispers, everyone.
Stage whispers. Stage whispers, everyone. Break a leg. I walk through.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuing down, you find yourselves at the entrance of a massive subterranean chamber. 3 archways surround a massive stone circle in the center of the room. In the center of the circle rests a large, silvery egg, covered in pulsing black veins. You see that the chanting is coming from 3 figures atop the asymmetrical platform that jut out from the circle around it. 3 very similar, identical-looking figures. Silas, you know this figure well. Held aloft by white marble pillars on the far end of the chamber is a stone balcony where 3 more figures stand. Behind them, forming the entire back wall of the chamber, is a striated silver and golden brown mass of wood. Presumably, with how deep you've traveled, one of the roots of Chandragora. A voice dances through the chamber, floating above that of the chanters. I see that I was correct to not underestimate you. Slowly floating down in front of the central archway, you see the 7th form of the hag. Her true form. No illusions, no shape change into that of an unsuspecting fawn, no animals. Just the horrid, elongated arms with 2 elbows, goat-like legs, and mangled bluish face. A gaping cleft lip opens up to reveal a crooked yellow smile. 2 curled and twisted horns jut out from her skull at different angles. A pity for you that you're already too late. She thrusts her extra-jointed arms to the side, sending motes of swirling silver energy to the 2 archways on either side of her. They alight with glowing energy. Stepping out from the archway on your left is a lithe figure in sleek black clothing and a white porcelain mask. You all hear Pippin quietly under his breath as he says, "The Overseer." Long time no see, Pip. And an even longer time, Rabbit. Simultaneously, from the portal on your right, 2 massive, dark-scaled hands emerge, and then a foot pulling through with black nails to match. Muscling through the small gateway is the huge form of what Silas and Cholula recall as the Caller, and Pippin as well. He snorts and snarls as he straightens himself before looking at all of you with a look that almost seems pitiful. He whips his attention to the hag.
This wasn't part of the deal.
Not to worry. You need not harm your precious kin. Just worry about the extras. He looks down in sorrow and then turns a fiery gaze to the rest of you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You mother.
I haven't finished building the set yet.
I understand, but I'm upset.
I thought I had 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna poop in your toilet.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the door open. I hate it.
There's a set that I've been working very hard on this week that is nearing completion.
Do
but
we need to take a break or do something else for next week? So you
no,
have time?
it'll be done. For
He's
sure.
almost done.
Yeah, I'm on painting and assembling.
Okay.
I just don't have it with me
Yeah.
finished.
Also,
If we hop into
combat right now,
we hop into this combat right now, it's a little bit early, but
it'll be worth it.
yeah. I was expecting. Honestly, I was expecting you to get into a fight with those people on the wall, which is why I had the wall set up at the beginning. There was a 45% chance that there would be a patrol there. So the first roll that you made, that Kitty made, they weren't around. But then when you guys lingered for a second, and then Aurora rolled a 38, I think? 39. It was just low enough that they would start showing up, but they were far enough away that they hadn't noticed you.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that was going to break out into a fight. But it didn't, and here we are. So join us next week for the fight with the hag. Hag fight!
It's hag fight. Tell your friends it's hag fight.
I'm super excited to show all of you, mostly you guys, but also you guys at home, the set that I've been building. It is the coolest thing that I have ever built.
An airbrush just
Are you doing
arrived.
Yeah, I got
Are
an
you
airbrush
doing a
today.
video for it for Fable Fire?
Best.
I am, and I'm gonna try and schedule it so that it. Now that I've given you a description of the room,
Yeah, I drew.
I'm gonna drop it that morning. I'm gonna schedule the video to post that morning. So yeah, I just need to paint it tomorrow, and then probably assemble it too, and then I have all week to edit the video together, and then next week we'll fight the hag. But before we go, we have a giveaway to announce.
Yeah.
The beautiful Fable Fire Fantasy Forge dice.
Whoa. Quadruple F.
Quadruple Fs.
Yeah.
I wish I could
of a
stop.
burp.
Ooh, oh, you're not a follower, so you can't win. You have to be a follower to be eligible to win, you
Give
guys.
them a chance to fix it.
I'll give you a chance to fix it. If you follow us right now, if you entered the giveaway and you're not a follower of us here on Twitch, which A, it's free to do, B, all it does is notify you when we go live and make us look good on numbers.
You just have to click the little heart.
All you have to do is click the heart. It doesn't cost you anything. It's absolutely free. It's not a subscription. It is just a follow.
You know who you are. You just want
Hey! Congratulations to Inc. LLC, Incorporated LLC, on winning the Fantasy Forge dice.
yes,
First time
yes.
winner. Thank you so much for the follow.
Welcome.
And the fact that you followed us tells me that you're a real person who was
Or
listening
you're-
to me talk just now.
It's nice to meet you.
Or you're mimicking us because we have an LLC quite yet.
We're working on it.
Come on.
Oh, we have a meeting later.
Yeah, right now, actually. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Congratulations on your win. We will contact you through Twitch Whispers. We'll send you a message to find out where we can send these dice.
Or if it's easier, join our Discord.
Yeah, that works too. And
Dice. Join us next week.
yeah, I'm gonna do everything that I can to really push this next episode on social media. You guys should push this on social media to your friends. We're gonna be giving. I think I might do an extra because it's a really big episode. It's like talking about the end of an arc. Either we are successful or we TPK. You never know.
Honestly, with us, I just wouldn't be that surprised.
But I think I might do 2 dice giveaways next week, in addition to the minis.
Oh my god.
So-
No, we can give out one of each box too. Why not?
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
4
snap.
giveaways next week. Holy shit, that's
So
going to be so
basically,
cool.
every time we, the players, start crying, we're gonna take a break. Until we get back.
Yeah, when Miranda goes down, we're all gonna cry.
We'll probably do 2 at a time. We'll probably like match a box and a set. And then a box and a set.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be super rad. So tell your friends, tell everybody to get out here. There's going to be so many prizes to win. And it's going to be a really big episode. There's going to be a really cool battle set. We have things to talk about in our meeting that I won't say right now because I'm not going to make plans before we
Don't
talk
jinx
about it.
anything.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch all of you next week. Until then,
Oh my god.
stay safe out there, adventurers.